Let's go. You ready?
Brian? And final between Mines Rovers and Donnybrook, a couple of old protagonists from a couple of years ago. The weather's been fantastic once again for the Southwest Football League, and with it we'll have a great crowd in attendance, and with me with a few comments is umpire X, Kevin Netherland, who's been out there in the middle. They'll be ably backed up on the boundary by Ashley McInnes and Ben Lawrence, and in the goals we've got Jason Crow and John Beaton, another field umpire from days gone by. Emergency umpire is Darren Kenny. And we wish them all the best as the Donnybrook Football Club enter the playing arena for the 2000 Grand Final. Possibly would still start favourites today, even though they were beat by Mines Rovers in the second semi. Their season has obviously been a successful one to date, but it's not successful till you take home a flag. However, only losing a couple of games during the qualifying games and one over the finals. They got their retribution last week against South Bunbury. They probably owe it to Mines Rovers in their mind as to the second semi-final defeat, but only time will tell. Dean Irving taking it easy in the back of the sprints at the present time. He'll be saving himself for this big day. Surprise inclusion to a certain extent, even though his experience will be well come to the fore today if he's 100% fit, which some people may doubt, but he's in the side, he's run through the gate, so he's got to be declared 100% fit from all quarters. Mines Rovers will be out any second now. The banner's gone up. We're back for another crack at the Premiership Cup. And I'd say it's Richard Panetta playing his 50th game today, going by the banner. I presume it's Richard Panetta. Bustled and won the reserves in an absolute clinker. Got up in the dying minutes of the game to kick the last two goals to overwhelm Kerry Park. Mines Rovers about to come through the banner. Shane Bomber Sherwood leading his side. Hasn't been out in the action for a number of weeks. He's missed a lot of footy in 2000. Well, Kevin, spoke to the umpires in the game today. You had an involvement with the umpires again this year. How did the umpire season go itself?
Interesting, low on numbers, but the guys here today were expecting them to do the right thing. Hopefully there'll be no repeats of incidents that happened in the last game, right?
Yeah, so well documented in some quarters, but the past is a past, and let's hope it'll obviously be a tough, hard game, but as long as it's a fair game, everybody will be surely pleased, I'm sure of that. But let's wait and see on the outcome of the 2000 Premiership. We've got a couple of hours before we'll know that. Hopefully it'll be a close game. We haven't been blessed with close games in the last 2 or 3 years, so we had a run of them for 4 or 5 years, and one-sided ones in the last couple, so it's due for the dice to roll the other way. Hopefully Shane Cross, the Kerry Park league coach, will join us for some comments throughout the game later on. He'll probably be a bitterly disappointed man at the present time as the reserves going down, but as they say, that's football. We'll have a short break while the teams limber up and keep the vocal cords for the action when it starts in a few minutes. Yeah, I was just looking through the list. There's not too many I don't know by the national anthem. And it's time to put the head on the block as to who's going to win this game. Kevin, I'm going for the Dons to make it 3 in a row.
Only worrying thing about having watched Donnybrook play last week was I thought they lacked a few legs in the last quarter, Ray.
You think the heat might tell? Mines have got a few solid boys too, but I'm going on this season to date. I've only seen a couple of games all season, so I'll hang my hat on that, and we'll see how it pans out. We'll have the national anthem. Of Mines Rovers. Vinnie Panetta and looks like Seth White. For Donnybrook, we've got Ben Johnson, Dean Irving and Jason Thomas. The all-important centre square, Craig Chiswell, will take the knock for Donnybrook against the big Paul Bebbington from Mines Rovers. Both these sides have been there and done that in recent years, as we all know. In '96, Busselton played Mines Rovers and Busselton won the game. In '97, it was these two sides, Mines and Donnybrook, with Mines being the winners, and obviously Donnybrook in '98, '99. So they've all been there and done that. They've both lost games. They've both won them. Someone's going to go one ahead in the stakes after the 2000 Premiership on this fine day at Hands Oval, Bunbury. Umpire Vance Burton will make the first bounce.
Interesting lineup, Ray, there. Sherwood on Worsfold.
Well, I said two harder nuts than Sherwood and Kendall. You would not find that they throw Peter Worsfold into the fray, and it's even harder. There'll be some bruising encounters, no doubt, today. Bit of byplay between Moises and his opponent in the middle. Up they go for the first knock. They crunch shoulders. Bebbington gets a knockdown. Out of the middle it goes out to the safe hands of Gary King. He's on his way. Brings it across the ground in the wards of towards Sherwood. He's outnumbered and missed by Worsfold, who's swung wildly like a rusty gate, only to miss by the proverbial as the ball's tied up in the middle, and Vance Burton will take another bounce down. Again, a bit of byplay between Sherwood and Worsfold. Keep our eyes on that one. Up they go. Bebbington gets a good knock clear out towards McDonald. McDonald looks further out towards Saunders. His kick smothered by Chiswell. Hand pass comes out to Omadai. Omadai over to Kendall. Kendall out to Dean Taylor on his left foot. He was somebody was dropped behind play. I didn't see that one. Sheffers has been spoken to by the umpire. In comes Moises. He wants to go on with it. Silly play. Don't lose the footy there. You've got advantage. May as well keep it hold of it. Bebbington's wants to know where he is. No mean feat for and 50 metres for one reason or another. We'll put Bebbington a lot closer to goal. Although it's he's not going. It doesn't appear he's going to take the kick. Didn't see that one, Kevin. Did you?
No, Ray. No.
He obviously infringed, and it appears that. Well, you couldn't get a better kicker goal than Paul Barrett. First year back for a number of seasons in the Eagles camp. a raking left footer from my memory. Looks at the goal, stabs at it, and right through the middle from here. Mines first on the board. Donnybrook might have drawn first blood, but Mines have got it on the board, and they've taken the lead 1 goal straight. There's little bits and pieces of hips and shoulders here, there, and everywhere around the ground. People trying to assert authority. Zane Scheffner for his first bounce in the middle of Hands Oval, Bunbury. Mines and Donnybrook, head to head they go. Bebbington and Cheswell. Bebbington again wins the third knock out of 3. It goes down to Omadai. Omadai gets a scraggly kick out towards Tuia. He ducks his head and he's grabbed high and will take a free kick courtesy of J Rag. J is in J-A-Y, not his initials. I've got that one right. He's looking forward towards a congested forward line. A bit of movement into the pocket by Gardner. Gardner streams out, it's not going to reach him. Up goes Giblett, knocks it down with one hand, down towards Bebbington. He's recovered okay, gets a hand pass to Sherwood, fumbles initially, scrambles a kick onto the half-back line, but only to see Nigel Tuia, president of the Donnybrook Football Club, comes back onto his left and centres it towards Omadai, who takes a pressure mark with Paul Moyes right on his hammer. Again, they're going to go out wide, and that's where Gardner is still. He's broken the shackles of Matt Hislop out there, but he's obviously too far to score, even though he's a booming kick. He won't be getting it anywhere near the square. Very congested, not much movement up forward. Couple of hands going in the air. Play on, calls the umpire as he edges around. Goes in towards half a kick out, and the only man who goes up for the ball is Bebbington. Takes the mark, plays on quickly with a long hand pass out to McDonald. McDonald gets it wide to the wing, only to see the Donnybrook player in Gardner drop the chest mark. Gives a bit of a shepherd as the ball comes in towards Worsfold, and he takes the mark on the true half-forward flank. Right half-forward flank it is for the Dons. He goes short to the lead of Faber. The ball's cut off by the Mines defence. In comes McDonald again. No, it's Rag. Rag gets a hand pass to McDonald. He goes out wider again, and the kick is smothered from... Gibler's kick has been smothered by Taylor. Well done by the Donnybrook player. Mines is pushed in the back, and they'll certainly take a free kick from that little incident there. No doubt about that one. Bomber Sherwood, the man to receive the free kick. He goes back, didn't take himself enough room, had to hoist it high to get over the man on the mark. Up goes Saunders, he nearly takes the mark. Ball is crumbed by McDonald. He's had a lot of touches already, and comes out high, wide and handsome, only to see Worsfold camp himself under it, and courage personified as you would expect from this player. He takes yet another mark, goes short again towards Cheswell. The ball, he's taken a very strong mark. I thought that would have been knocked to ground, but he's too strong and too high for McDonald, who's also been in the thick of things at the present time across the half-back line for his Mines Rovers side. Goes towards centre forward. Gardner's in the front position, spoilt well by Hislop, and again by Swans. Comes down to Taylor, and he was taken high. Dwayne Neal tractor it was, and they will receive a resultant free kick from the high tackle. Relayed free kick is being paid, and the ball will go to Gardner. Talking about raking left foot kicks from Barrett earlier in the game, and this bloke is no different. This is not beyond him. Accuracy is his only problem at this stage. Kicked 98 odd goals a few years ago in the Southwest League before he had a spell from the Southwest. Back with a vengeance in the year 2000. Kicks from the 50-metre line. It's looking pretty good from here. The goal umpire's on the line. No doubt about that one. Scores a level early in the first quarter of the 2000 grand final. And how do you see things at the present time, Kevin?
Very even. Players matching up. It's interesting that Worsfold slipped his tag on a couple of occasions, Ray.
Yes, a very, very good player. Obviously, AFL experience and a heap of West Star experience. Obviously won't go astray, but Mines' initial foray got a goal from a free kick, and Mines, Donnybrook got theirs from a similar situation. Bounce down in the middle. Bebbington again, he'll take this one out, fumbles the ball, it's taken off him by Slater, out towards Cheswell. He puts it onto the right boot, goes to centre half forward. This will be an awkward bounce. Out towards the Donnybrook player, get picked up by Tuia. Great hand pass. He's put his player, Nigel Tuia. I've been calling the wrong bloke. It's Max Hennessy is number 3, who I was calling earlier. His actual factor was Tuia, and he's missed an out-and-out sitter. And Mines are letting him know.
That was Nigel Tuia who had the shot on goal, right?
Yes, Max Hennessy looks like him. I'm going to use that for an excuse that I've been calling the wrong player early in the game. And he's got the excuse is that he's got Nigel's old number. If that's not good enough, that's bad luck, because I'm here. Out they come to centre-half back. Sheffer's in the front. Come across the front was Panetta for Mines Rovers. He drops the mark, comes out a hand pass over to Proctor. Proctor over to Chiswell, getting a couple of kicks. He goes short towards, I think, Tuia again. Play on, he's called. Ball must have been a bump ball.
Half volley.
We won't get a replay of that one. We haven't got any time. Bounced down by Burton. The ruckman go at it. Picked the knock by Chiswell. Comes out to Hennessy. Slick hand pass out. It's taken by Chiswell. He's tackled and the kick goes nowhere. In goes the Donnybrook and Mines fans. Out comes Bevington. Heads straight for the boundary line, and I think they will roll over the line for a throw-in on the right half forward line for the Dons. They've done all the attacking since the opening minute or two of the game. 1-1-7 leads, one straight goal. Bevington, Chiswell. Bevington again, he's winning the ruck hands down at the present time. Gets over to King. King gets a kick across the centre half back and over from Panetta. And it's been taken by Slater. He wants to get on quick. He's gone short. That's someone's ducked their head in there. Out comes Favour. Good hand pass out to Taylor. Taylor's on his left. Scrambles it forward towards Hennessy. Hennessy doesn't mark. Comes up towards Hislop. He gets decked for his troubles. Out towards Perry Ugle. He scrambles out to half back. Out to the reliable King. King, the play on his advantage is given towards Sherwood. Sherwood's met by Worsfold. Worsfold comes out the best for that. Gets a hand pass over to Taylor. Taylor likewise to Omadai. Tackled by King. Gates centering kick towards Chiswell. He's 55 out. Gets a short kick to Slater. He's in the box seat. He'll get a free kick if he didn't take the mark anyway for over the shoulder. Haven't seen this player play before. Apparently comes from Heath East country. Down the lower southwest, and it'll need to be a good kick from 50 metres near on dead in front. Again, it's only, well, for this player, it'll be accuracy and distance. Moving in deliberately from about 49. Hoisted high. It's gone to the right-hand side. And 1 point only, or one behind as they call it. 1-2-8 is Donnybrook. A one straight goal to Mines Rovers. Brad Barrett to bring the ball back into play. He's also had a sojourn outside the southwest, and he's a great player, this guy. Very reliable. Goes long onto the half-back line towards Panetta. He's outnumbered 2-1. Comes over the back to Chiswell. Chiswell's good at ground level. Takes the ball, gets a little hand pass. The player was unaware of that coming through as he went for the Shepherd. The ball socket onto the wing by Sherwood, and he follows up. It's a bump on Kendall, and the ball's trickle over the line for a throw-in on the far side. Bring it over this side so we can see it, boys. Bevington, Chiswell. We'll say that a few times this afternoon. Over the side comes Kendall, knocks it to his own advantage. Gary King had his head over the ball and didn't take the ball. Spills free to Hennessy. Hennessy gets a kick towards centre half forward, and Neil, he's pushed in the back. Over the back comes the Donnybrook player in Mel Bubb, and a free kick has been paid to Neil, who I thought was fair square, pushed in the back.
Exactly, right call. Yep, no problems.
Okay, Tractor, as they have nicknamed him. Lining up for his first shot on goal in the grand final as Sherwood leaves the ground. He's missed to the right-hand side also. And Vinny Panetta's coming on, and obviously will go into a tagging role to replace Sherwood as Donnybrook move to 1-3. They've had their chances, and one straight goal to Mines Rovers, who haven't been across their into their forward line since they kicked their only goal. Congestion at centre half back for Mines Rovers as they start to break either side, and Panetta's gone on to Sherwood. That's another couple of tough nuts we talked about earlier on. Up they go. Bevington can't take the mark. Comes to Sheffers. He's a very good player. He can't get rid of the ball. No opportunity. Play on's the right call. Comes down the spills to Hennessy. Great hand pass. Somebody's been grabbed from over the back of the pack, off the ball, and I would suggest that Mines Rovers either way will take the free kick. Perry Ugle. Great up-and-coming star of the southwest, Perry Ugle. He goes short to Kane Saunders, another young player, and he looks forward, goes out wide towards King. King goes over the top, not with his eyes intent on the ball, and that free kick's play on the advantage. Picked up by Gibbs. He goes forward to half forward, and poor delivery there. McDonald takes an easiest of marks with Gardner coming across the back. Looking to steady things down. Not much in front of him. Then Saunders goes short. That's the way the ball goes. He's very strong overhead, Saunders. playing a loose man. He's gone to centre half back and backwards. That's quite okay. They could break this up from there with Perry Ugle looking forward. He goes into the middle. That's a good kick towards Paul Moises. He'll take it and go. Get the hand pass over towards Davis. He's been out of the play. There's a good chance of a goal coming up. He's the very good deliverer, but he's kicked it over towards the left-hand side as I've put the mocker on him right before he started, and the ball will be thrown in the left full forward pocket for Mines Rovers. And I thought Davis might have been in the thick of things well before now, but perhaps he'll have his turn obviously in the middle of the ground. He's very dangerous up forward, and maybe that's where they'll find his best suited at this stage of the game. Over the back is Kirkpatrick. No knock comes down towards Kendall. He scrambles a kick anywhere. Hand pass comes out to Taylor. Taylor to Chiswell. Chiswell tries to break the tackle. Can't do so. Gets a hand pass over to Taylor. He ducks one way. Goes out to wide towards Barrett in favour. Barrett and they both go to the ground. Barrett's tackled. He hasn't got the ball. Play on's out the call. Out comes Rag. He's decked for his troubles by Tuia. Tuia comes back after it. Bit of off the play, by play there that I was looking at off the ball. In comes Panetta and Worsfold. I think they both had their minds on the same thing. Good tackle by Panetta on Sheffers. Sheffers goes again. Great second effort. Play on's a call. No, taken too high, calls the umpire. And not much wrong with that in my eyes, Kevin.
I have to disagree there, Ray.
Oh, I thought he was taken high in the initial tackle. But he's got the free kick.
We'll have a look at the video later on.
Okay, he comes out to Kirkpatrick, and it's out wide on the side. We can see it easier. He goes short towards Bub coming out. Can't take the mark on his chest. Good play by Perry Ugle. Hand pass to Bevington. Bevington goes short out to Moises. There's some old heads in both camps here. Moises goes short, and that'll pick up Richard Panetta, playing his 50th game for the club. He's gone short. The ball's gone nowhere. They could lose it if they're not careful. McDonald, well, he's a very, very good player with West Star experience. And the congestion and the manning up by the Dons as it comes out of defence has forced Mines into this. And that's, I reckon, about 4 kicks for 20 metres. And it's back to the original recipient as they went through. And it goes again. Saunders has got the call over his Donnybrook opponent in Hayden Martindale. He's going to go short to McDonald. Now they're getting towards the middle of the ground. Play on's a call now as he goes. On his left foot, and it's a great lead and a great kick. No, he can't quite get there, Davis. He'll back in onto his right. He's 50 metres. He's gone one way. He's got around. He's gone for a vacant square, but it's going to be cut off by the Donnybrook Zach Redding. And only went one-handed, and the ball's trickled into the post for a minor score for Mines Rovers. 1-2, 1-1. That is plays 1-3. I thought it was 1-4. Maybe I'm wrong. 1-3 to 1-1. Jason Marley on the mark of Worsfold as they chip it short and come out again to Proctor. He's out wide near the crowd, not being picked up by Mines. They're starting to gather their men now. He comes out on his left foot. Long kick over towards Kendall. He should just about go up with, well done by Swan. Gets in there and knocks the ball to the ground. Picked up by McDonald's. Had a heap of possessions. Squares it off towards Panetta. Knocked forward by Taylor. Comes down to Panetta. Richard, that is. Gets a poor hand pass to Jason Marley, and the ball's taken by Proctor, who had eyes for the ball and was taken high, and he'll take a free kick. He'll go short to Chiswell, but he's not behind his mark, so the ball will have to go back and they'll kick it again. Here goes. There's something off the play here, and there's a report here. Zane Scheffner has red carded Vinnie Panetta. Well, that was off play. Don't know what happened, but obviously the umpire saw it.
Wasn't any more than about 5 or 6 metres away from it, Ray, so there's no...
Tell me, with the rule, does he have to come off through the interchange bench?
No.
No?
Should also be 50 metres.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to put a dent in the Mines Rovers camp for a while. Worsfold's the recipient of the free kick, and he goes towards the lead of Bub. It's a good kick. Bub's out in front, gets under the ball, hasn't read it well, comes to Dwayne Neal. He swings onto his right foot and misses to the right-hand side. 1 goal for the Dons. 1 goal, 1 Mines Rovers' goal. The scoreboard shows 1 goal. I'm sure it's 1-1.
Lions will play 15 minutes short. So 1 man 15 minutes short.
Well, Panetta had only been on the ground for a very short while. Ball comes back into play from Brad Barrett. It's a good kick out wide out to the lead of Hislop. He shins it forward as the big man runs around the big semi-trailer circle, getting the ball back towards Perry Ugle. He didn't take the ball clean. He was taken to ground. Could have got a kick in mind. Out comes Hislop again. A bad bounce for Saunders. Over towards Sheffers. Sheffers drives it long towards the edge of the square. Barrett's up there with Faber. Ball comes to ground. Comes out towards Worsfold. Puts it at the top of the square. And Kirkpatrick's taken a diving mark on his chest right in the square for the Donnybrook camp.
It's going to be interesting, Ray, to see how Mines cover this loss of Panetta for the next 15 minutes. Very crucial time.
Well, it is crucial as they're playing one short, but it's also Donnybrook got to make the most of it also while the one's off. So should be a little bit of toing and froing while they're one down. Kirkpatrick lines up from point blank range and kicks it straight through the middle. And again, that's resulted from a free kick. So that's 2 goals for Donnybrook, 16. Mines 1 goal. We'll use the scoreboard.
Yeah. I think it is today.
It's a handy goal, Ray, there from Kirkpatrick. Normally playing on the playing off the half-back flank there for Donnybrook.
Yeah, well, maybe he was the guy that was able to lurk forward with the one spare man to get down into an unattended position. As scramble as it was. Dons with their 4 big players in the middle with Chiswell, Worsfold, Omadai and Sheffers. The man that led Donnybrook their first flag in a number of years. Ball goes to ground. Chiswell goes early and hangs in there, takes the ball clean. He gets it out towards Worsfold, who's starting to become damaging. He gets out on his right, goes out wide towards Tuia. He can't take the mark and goes to ground. Picked up by McDonald, who seems to be floating across the back. Gets it to the veteran in Gary King. He goes long towards the Mines. I'd say it's Paul Barrett. Can't pick him up from here. It is his left footer. He goes long to centre half forward. Jason Marley's under the ball and Worsfold's too strong overhead, and he is very strong for a little man. Overhead with his marking in that capacity I meant. Undecided which way to go. Goes out wide once again. Not a very good kick. King should have taken that mark. The ball comes towards Tennessee. Offloads a hand pass and a hip and shoulder, and someone's gone to ground behind play, and I would suggest that Mines will get a free kick, will they, or is it Donnybrook? No, it's gone to Donnybrook. Donnybrook play on straight down towards Bebbington. Oh, great mark over the top of Slater. That was very, very well done. Went to hand pass and didn't. Now he's gone short to Davis, who's come up into the middle of the ground. He goes, takes a few steps and goes long out towards McDonald. He's got the run of the ball. If he's in, it should be too quick for Chiswell, but Chiswell's no slouch in that department. Goes to ground. He's been taken over the top of the head by the knees. His ball's been pinned in and bounced down time, says the umpire. Up they go. It's going to be taken by Kendall, but he's thwarted by Jason Marley. Out towards Davis. Davis won't shirk the issue. Goes through, tries to get the hand pass. He was taken high in the initial tackle from my side. Blinded by the umpire's side. Up they go. Kendall gets a left-hand knock over to Omadai. He comes out wide in the pre-arranged plan by looking at it towards Kirkpatrick. He's got the run of the ball. Out they come. He's on the left foot. He's not proficient. It puts it high in the air. Out they come. Tractor it can't get the ball out. The ball comes the spoils towards Bub. He attacks the ball and out he comes. He meets Moises with a hip and shoulder from Moises is deemed to be too high, and he'll take a free kick. How'd you see that one, Kevin?
Correct call, no problems at all.
Okay. So Mines need to be first to the ball to get the benefit of the doubt. If it's going to go anyway, it'll always go for the man in front. Bub's a long way out. There's a hole there to lead into. Slater's just done that. He's taken off, but he's going to be ignored by Bub. He seems to be lining up for a Tory here. It's a drop punt. Gee, he's got some distance from his kick from 60 metres right. It has actually carried the pack through the points. That was a massive kick. It didn't go high, but it went long and unfortunately a little bit wide. 2-5 the Dons. We'll call the scoreboard at 1 goal straight for Mines, but I'm sure they're 1-1. Barrett again with some work to do. 7 scoring shots to 1 or 2 is dictates what the pattern of the play has been so far. He's told to move the ball into play. Again, he goes long. He's got a distance with that as he usually does. He's a great kick. He's taken too high, the Donnybrook player, I'd suggest. And a free kick will be paid to Nigel Tuia. He hasn't gone back around on his mark and go back, says the umpire. He's gone short as he usually does. Terrible, terrible kick. In comes Jason Marley. He gets the ball out long. This will be a test over here for Mines Rovers in Paul Barrett's 29. I couldn't find his number. The ball's gone over the line and out of bounds. Bugsy, as I used to nickname him, before he went away to Kalgoorlie. Played with the Southwest combined side a number of times. Ball comes into play. Saunders and Chiswell. The knock's taken on the side by Richard Panetta. Comes back down to Chiswell. He's doing a lot of work around the ground. Gets a left foot kick. Comes over to Davis, but runs a big circle to break the pattern. Comes out wide towards Mines Rovers in Ronnie Welsh and his counterpart in Zach Redding. Gets a short kick out to Worsfold, who's running free. He's lost both tags in Sherwood and Taylor. Sherwood and Panetta as Zach Redding meets him head on for the bump and goes straight through the pack. The short kick comes out to Davis, who's gradually worked himself into this game. He'll go long towards Ronnie Welsh. He's at the back. He can get a sit here, and he's a long way from the ball and interfered with the players in front, and will pay the penalty for that. Kirkpatrick to take the resultant kick. Looking out wide on the scoreboard side. Ball goes out long. It's a terrible kick again from Donnybrook. They've had the play, but they can't. Their disposal has been lacking. I thought there was a push in the back from Martindale. Gets over towards Hennessy. He goes forward to Kendall and Gardner. Knocked down by Kendall. Hand pass out by Bevington. He's doing a power of work also. Comes out to Giblett. Gets it over towards McDonald. McDonald runs onto his left. Hot pursuit is Hennessy. It's a scramble kick along the boundary line, and once again we'll have another throw in right on the wing position. Ball comes into play. Bevington's up on the ball now again with Chiswell. Bevington uses his weight to advantage. Comes in towards the ball on the ground and will have a bounce down not far from where it came into play. Kirkpatrick's playing a loose man across the middle and across half back with Mines being depleted by one. In comes Taylor. He's gets a scrambler kick along towards Hennessy. He's got a bit of a break on McDonald. Comes inboard on his left. Looking for something up forwards, nothing offering. Obviously, well done by Jay Ragg. Gets it across. It's a scrambling hand pass. It's taken advantage of by Taylor. His kick smothered by Giblett. Well done. And tackles the player. Gets a hand pass over to Tuia. Tuia's looking further afield. Goes out wide, dominated. Ball's dispossessed in the tackle. He dives on it. In comes Mines Rovers as well. And it's pinged for holding the ball. And Bevington once again. He's had a number of possessions. He's racked them up in the first quarter. Remains to be seen if he can see the game out. A lot of stop-start footy today. It hasn't been a free-flowing game to date. He'll go long across that the outer wing. Up they go, goes Reece Swan, gets a hand to it, comes down towards Barrett. He ducks one way and the other, gets a hand pass out to Swan. Swan comes over, gets it over to Barrett. Barrett's kick smothered. In they come again. Saunders can't get it, but Taylor can. He goes to the ground under the weight of the tackle and of two Mines Rovers players, and we'll have another ball up. Ball's thrown into the air by umpire Burton. It comes down the spoils of victory in there somewhere. It comes down towards Mines Rovers. He's legged Jason Marley and will take the resultant free kick. Didn't go back far enough. It's got up towards Richard Panetta if he can get the ball. Gets an awful bounce. Had it just about covered. He's got Martindale on his hammer. Comes one way and the other. In comes Redding. He applies a good tackle. The ball spills free. Donnybrook got numbers. Picked up by Chiswell. Over towards Taylor. Taylor out to Chiswell again. Both ruckmen doing a lot of work around the ground. Taylor's gone inboard again and the scrambly kick because again they played one or two handballs too many. And the ball's forced over the line for once and again another throw in on the outer side. And we've had plenty of those. Then comes Chiswell. He takes it out of the air again, runs around onto his right. He's nimble for a big man. Gets a scrambling kick, which they've all been. Socket towards a dangerous position for Mines Rovers. Up goes Swan. He can't take the mark. In there is Sheffers. Uses his strength to advantage. He's caught, gets a handball, had his opportunity, but got rid of the ball by hand. Bub comes back onto his right foot. He's had a snap from 45, and it looks pretty good from here. The Dons are on the board with their third goal. 3 goals, 5, the Dons. 23 points. That leads Mines Rovers 1 straight goal, and very, very handy goal for the Dons. And Mines not so handy for that, as Shane Cross has just joined us, the Kerry Park league coach, who's been down commiserating with his reserve side that were dead set unlucky to lose the game, but the scoreboard showed they lost it. Sorry to hear that, Shane, but footy's footy, I suppose. He doesn't want to say anything just yet. He's savouring the game, and he'll be back with us very, very quickly.
Don't like losing grand final, mate.
I can understand that.
Welcome to the commentary team, Shane.
Thank you, mate.
Bounce down in the middle. Away we go again. Bebbington and Chiswell. Ben comes Chiswell again, doing a power work at ground level, as I've said before. Gets a kick out towards half forward. Tractor's in front. He's playing the ball in front of him. Tries to knock it on again. He's got his player on hot pursuit. Meets one player too many. Picked up on by Retzlaff. Didn't recognise him with the short hair. He gets a kick over towards Davis. He's trying to play on. He's given a little slap around the kisser to Taylor, and he won't forget that. Let's steady it down, he said. OK, we're looking forward. He's looking towards Moyes. He's put his hand up. Terrible kick. Gives the defenders every chance. Up goes Kirkpatrick at the back. He was the tallest, and he looked like the only bloke that really wanted to take the mark. Here comes Gibbs running around for the hand pass. Will he give it? No, he's not. He's coming back the other way on his left. He's got good enough to get it to Taylor. He's also racked up the possessions, as Barrett's a couple of metres over the mark. He's going to play inboard. Gets a hand pass to Worsfold, who didn't really want it. What will I do? He says, back one way, go the other. Let's Coral, and they said, as he comes forward towards Max Hennessy. Just lopes up under the pass, and it's another short kick. It's going out to Chiswell. Chiswell takes the mark with Richard Panetta on his hammer, and I think there's about a couple of minutes to go in this quarter, signalled by the timekeeper, unless that's 2 drinks he wants. Taken by Martindale. He squares the ball towards Slater. They go... ball comes to ground, out comes Bub. Thought he was going to get hip and shoulder as his own player. He's going to wheel onto his right at 50, goes short, and he's found Slater 35 metres out, virtually dead in front, and certainly a score coming up here for the Dons, which one we'll only wait and see.
Worsfold had too much time down here with the ball. Can't believe how much time the
Goal here, Ray will give Donnybrook a handy break just before quarter time.
Given Mines got the first one. Slater comes in, 35 metres out, has pushed it across to the right for Mine. One behind is the result. They've missed a couple of easy ones, Donnybrook, but they've moved to 3 goals, 6-24, 1 goal straight, Mines. And how do you see it shaping up at the moment, Shane?
Donnybrook look a lot hungrier at the moment than Mines do. Plus, down here, when Worsfold had the ball earlier, he just miles too much time, no one went at him.
Brad Barrett taking his time moving back to full-back to get the hold of the ball. It's a real big packet centre half-back. They'll break one way or the other. They go to the scoreboard side as usual as hands over. Out goes Hislop, followed by Gardner. He'll go long. He's gone shorter than that to Perry Ugle. It's gone over his head. He's touched the ball. Play on it. No, it's... I would have thought that. I thought that was touched the way the ball come off, but the umpire's a lot closer than I am, so we'll run with him. So, Mel Bubb. Booming kick earlier on at goal. Big influence in the 1999 grand final. Hasn't had any to date, but plenty of time for him to get his way into the game, and the way the Dons have had it all the time in their forward line for this quarter.
Ray, I wasn't getting up here a bit late. I believe Vinny's off the ground, is he?
Yeah, red carded for something off play. I didn't see what it was. He's had his shot at goal. This is looking pretty good. Goal umpire hasn't moved. There's a couple of boys clapping their hands behind the goals. Straight through the eye little, and the Dons go to 4 goals, 6-30. They've got a handy break now. 1 goal straight to Mines, and I don't know. Mines could be getting out of their depth. Haven't got a lot of fresh legs, and they are 1 short, we must understand, but on comes Sherwood now. So we've got about a minute to go, I think, on the clock. 15 seconds. So I'd say that'll be about the last score for the quarter, but gee, those cards really hurt a side. You've just got to be controlled in these situations. Bounce down they go. Up goes Bebbington. He gets the knock forward. Taken by Omadai. Breaks the shackles of the tackle. Comes out to Taylor having an umpteenth kick. Goes towards Worsfold. He's taken the mark on half forward. Doesn't know how long there is to go, obviously. Runs back pretty quickly. Gets the ball in short as the siren goes. No mark, says the umpire, and I think that's a good call, Kevin.
It's red, no problem, Ray. It was marked well and truly before the siren, it sounded.
Bub has shown his disgust and popped it through the middle from 50, casual as you like. Quarter time in the 2000 grand final. Donnybrook lead handsomely, 4 goals, 6:30. Could have had more on the board, but a bit inaccurate in front of goal, as we can tell by that. Some easy shots missed. Mines Rovers won straight, although we think that's 1-1. And we'll back very shortly with Daryl Cochran will give us some better players up until quarter time in this grand final. Good afternoon, Daryl.
Good afternoon, Ray. Well, one of the things I think that started very early in the game, Paul Bevington copped a very heavy bump from Darian Cheffers, but he's gone on to be a stalwart in defence for Mines Rovers, has played pretty well back there. But I think the key players at this stage look like Peter Worsfold and Craig Chiswell on the ball, getting plenty of the ball. While up forward, Mal Bubb is actually causing all sorts of problems. Kicked a couple of goals, but he's certainly creating plenty of opportunities for his teammates. Scott McDonald from Mines Rovers doing a power of work in defence as well. But at the moment, I think the key players for the Donnybrook side are Peter Worsfold on the ball, Chiswell and Mal Bubb up forward. They're providing most of the spark at this stage.
Yeah, thanks, Daryl. Dean Taylor's racking up the possessions as well, and Chiswell's done a power of work on the ground as well as his aerial work. He's really worked his butt off, hasn't he?
Well, he certainly has. He's got the ability to use his body all the time, and even for a guy that doesn't train particularly well during the season, he's very fit. One of the key factors could too, the fact that Vinnie Panetta's been red carded out of the game. I think looks like Glenn Kirkpatrick was a player freed up there, and he went forward and kicked a goal straight after that. So he's kicked a goal and it came good, I think, last week. He played a very good game last week, and if he can get a bit of confidence, he could be a key player later in the game as well.
Talking red cards, Daryl, did you see the incident off play? Even though it was very close to play. When I say off play, it wasn't where the ball was, but it was very close.
No, I didn't see it. It was probably about 40 metres off the play, but I heard the whistle and looked and saw the card come out, so no, I haven't got a clue what happened.
Well, I thought it was a lot closer than that, but irrespective, here we are at quarter time at the 2000 grand final. As we said, Donnybrook lead 4-6-30, Mines Rovers 1-1 as we thought they were 7, and we'll have a short break before the second quarter gets underway. The big four for Donnybrook: Chiswell, Worsfold, Omadai and Slater sneaking in now with Richard Panetta. Sherwood, who's back on the ground. Saunders into the ruck. There's 1, 2, 3. And in goes the Mines Rovers, fourth one, Jay Ragg. He's followed Slater in now that he's in there. So we'll have a look at the matchups here. We've got Barrett in the back line on Faber. I thought a bit of on-ball experience there might have gone when I go Australia. I mean, they've got to just about throw some of their best players in the middle, Shane.
I'd have Pip out there, no risk at all, mate, especially in the middle of the ground.
Davis is down in the forward pocket. Ronnie Walsh, as we'd expect, at full forward. Seth White's come onto the ground. He's gone in probably a half-forward flank. They could use his run. Paul Barrett in the other half-forward flank. Bevington to centre half-forward on the skipper. Second quarter underway. Up they go. Chiswell gets up there early. Saunders comes in and waits for it. Gets a sneaky hand pass out to Panetta. Straight into attack go Mines Rovers. It goes over the top of Davis. Neron takes down a good mark. In comes Seth White. Goes to ground. Ball comes out to Moises. He can't control it. He's taken to ground. Barrett gets a great hand pass over to Ronnie Welsh. He scrambles a kick over the top. Looks like it was touched the way the ball came off the boot. And it rolls over for a one behind only to the Mines Rovers, who desperately need a couple of big majors on the board early in this quarter just to lift their game and lift their confidence to get back into the game. We are asking for a close game, so we need Mines to get a couple on the board. Out comes a wobbly kick that's taken by Barrett. Thought about going on with it and said, no, I won't. And as I mentioned earlier, he's got a raking left foot kick, and his accuracy is the only problem he's got from this distance. We see that more and more every offer in modern day football, Shane.
Yeah, some fundamental errors coming out of the back line. Kicking's a very important part of footy, and that was a very blatant mistake, But this could get Mines right back into it.
Well, we put the mocker on Mines Rovers. One behind only as he's tugged that to the right-hand side. And 1 goal, 3 Mines Rovers, 9. Donnybrook remain at 4-6-30.
Will they use those opportunities?
Well, I know Donnybrook did miss some easy ones in the first quarter also, but Mines in the position they're in, they just can't afford to do that. Reading goes long this time, out to the 50-metre line. Up they go, it's Cheswell, but the man in front's Kirkpatrick. He decides to play on, gets a kick in towards the middle. It's going to go over Proctor's head and taken by Bevington, who stretches. And the lazy kick, it's going to find its mark. Very, very lucky, but Saunders showing some anticipation. He goes down towards the right hand of the lead of Ronnie Welsh. He's up in front of Kirkpatrick. He does the spoiling tactics. He's taking the ground off with the ball, without the ball. Comes out to Gibbs. He can't pick it up. Oh, he's met heavily by King. I think it is, and the ball trickles over the line for a throw-in. Lions need to lock this in. They're starting to build the wall with Saunders across the half back there and across the middle, and King going one kick behind the play as it comes out of defence. Up they go. Goes Chiswell from behind, knocked forward by Bevington. The spills come towards Sherwood. He's playing the ball in front of him. Can't pick it up. He's lost it. He goes to ground. Picked up by Gibbs. One pick up. That's the way to handle it, and the ball goes over the line and again right in front of the scoreboard, which shows Donnybrook leading comfortably at this stage. So out goes a couple of Mines Rovers players in rags going out of that area. In comes Bevington. It's knocked down by Kendall, I think. The ball goes to ground. The Kendall's over the top of it. Mines appealing for a free kick, but knows the decision from the umpire, and he'll bounce it down once again. Ring of players around the ball. Up, bounce down, hits the turf. Knocked over by Chiswell towards the boundary. Shark by Sherwood. No chance to get rid of that as the ball spills free. Hand pass comes out to no one. King's coming through. Will Panetta shepherd for him? He does. King centres it towards the back. It's over towards Welsh. He should take this mark, and he does. He's picked up as a sharpshooter in front of goals. He's kicked a number of goals this year, and by gee, Mines need this one, and that's an understatement.
He's unassuming player. He's big, he's strong, and he's pretty quick too.
Well, he's in virtually about the exact spot that Paul Barrett stabbed at his. So the experience of Ronnie Welsh drives this through. Takes plenty of time about it, and he's got the same result to the same side, and the hierarchy will be pulling their hair out on the bench.
They're playing the ball on the wrong side of the ground, mate. They've got to get it over here.
Mines Rovers trickle along to 1 goal 4-10. Trail Donnybrook 4 goals 6-30. 2 sitters that have been missed. League footballers should kick those ones. And experienced players at that as the ball comes in towards Chiswell. He's under the ball, knocked forward by Welsh. The ball comes to the ground, picked up by Omade. It's taken off him there by Mines Rovers. He comes out with it again. Great hand pass to the running Proctor. Gets a terrible bounce. Someone's taken off the ball. Taken not off the ball, but it was taken without the ball. He gets Omade. Gets it out wide towards Worsfold. He takes a mark in front of Sherwood. Worsfold has come around. Play on's the call now by the umpire. Goes down the outer wing. Looks towards Kendall. He gets rid of Bevington quite easily. Drops the mark after doing the hard work. Gets the hand pass. Comes up towards Chiswell. He can't take the ball. Now they can. There's no pressure on the bloke looking for the ball. That's Slater. He centres it towards Panetta. Panetta's looking around. He's the only Mines Rovers players there. The ball comes to Omade. Over to Reading. Reading drives it down towards centre half forward. Gardner's in front, and he'll take the spoils of being in front from a wobbly old kick that came into the forward line, and this distance is not beyond him. He's gone short. Someone's lurking free, and Slater coming over the back is King. Should have taken the mark. Hand pass comes out towards Hislop. Takes it and gives it to McDonald. Gets a hand pass out to Richard Panetta. Has a bounce through the middle. Just gets rid of the ball in time. Comes out towards Moises. He's a very good player, even though he's been out of the game for some time. In comes Martindale, number 2-1. The hand pass comes to the boundary line. Can Moises keep it in? He can. Comes inboard. Gets a hand pass to Panetta. He's going to be hammered. He gets a knocked down. Was it a throw? No, says the umpire. Play on over towards McDonald from Moises. Moises back to Panetta. He's going to centre the ball long down towards Davis. Davis gets a mark right on the 50-metre line, about a 50-degree angle, and this isn't beyond him, but gee, they need this. It's a vacant goal square if he can get it down there quick enough. He's gone for the long bomb. That looks pretty good. We're right behind this. Will they shepherd it through? It's not going to make the distance. The mark is nearly claimed by Mines. Comes down to Gibbs. Hand pass towards defence, and it rolls through for another behind to the Mines Rovers side.
It's good play down here, Ray. Just in front of us here, on the wing here. You know, basically Mines were under a bit of pressure and did not panic at all. Use their heads, and it's a good play.
Dean Taylor coming off the ground, and I think it's Ben Johnson coming back on. It's great to see him playing league footy again after a couple of knee reconstructions a few years ago, and he looked like being lost to footy, and big day for Ben. Donnybrook go forward. It comes up towards Kendall. He's too nimble for Bevington. He tries to corral him. It comes to Proctor. Puts a boot to the ball without looking too far. Slater's got the run of the ball taken by Bevington. Was that in the back? Yes, says the umpire. What do you think about that, Kevin?
No problems, Ray. Yeah, he was in front. He went the ball.
You're allowed to go against them now and again. Okay, Slater goes towards centre half forward, up towards Hislop and Gardner. The knock forward by Hislop comes in from McDonald or Rag on the side. They're both the same. I don't know them too well. Comes out to King. King gets it out wide towards Barrett. Can he trap the ball before it goes over the line? He's a very heady player, as we said earlier, but no, with Faber right on his hammer, the ball runs over the line and out of bounds.
Very disciplined young Clint Faber. He hasn't left Barrett's side since the game started, I think.
So you feel that he's playing a tagging role in the forward line?
Oh yeah, he'll just stay with him wherever he goes. That's will be his job.
Saunders gets up high and is penalised for a push. I'm not going to ask you, Kevin, because the ball's gone onto play. Comes over to Martindale. He's right in the middle of the ground. Takes one bounce, the obligatory one as he runs on. Gets a kick towards Slater. Slater's unattended. Could have gone on. Didn't know where he was. And Rag gets onto the mark very quickly now. He's gone short again and it comes to Worsfold. He's 52, 3 metres out. And looking forward line is pretty clustered. Out comes Bub and the kick's pretty good. Play on's a call as Bub puts the other player, decked him as for his hip and shoulders with the ball. Hand pass out to Slater, gets out to his right, comes out to Sheffers, and you can put this one down. He doesn't miss many. Straight through the middle for the Dons. They've gone into attack and Sheffers is letting them know all about it. 5 goals 6, the Dons 36. Mines trail 1 goal 5, 11.
It's got to hurt Mines to a certain degree because they've had a lot of play this second quarter, and Donnybrook have only been up there about twice, and second time up, and they've got a goal.
Yeah, it happens these days in modern day footy, isn't it? The trend of the game, you can control the ball for a long time and the opposition get it and hurt you on the scoreboard.
And just backing up what I said about Faber, and the ball was in Donnybrook forward line, he didn't bother about the ball at all. All he was doing is worrying about Barrett.
Very disciplined, as you say. Bounce down in the middle, Saunders and Chiswell. Goes Chiswell's way. He takes it one-handed and tries to get on the boot. It dribbles out forward. Omidy's at the bottom of the pack once again, and he's claimed, but it's going to be a ball up.
Mines have only really broken out with their free running game once, Ray, down here in front of the grandstand.
Yes, and didn't make the most of their opportunities on that occasion. It's a great bounce in the middle there by the umpire. Comes out towards Omidy once again, taken to ground by McDonald. Play on's the call. He's still got the ball under there. It's held in once again, and Bevington decides to get rid of Chiswell, but nothing doing there. And we'll have once again another bounce down. Real stop-start stuff. And blood rule here. Somebody's spitting teeth, spitting blood, one or the other. And Scott McDonald looks like he'll head to the bench. Doesn't look too good either. Steve Mahala's coming on for his first run. Is there a mix-up here in the interchange?
Interchange go. Now he is. He's right now.
Marvellous rules, these. Marvellous rules. I really don't believe that league footballers don't know the rules.
Interesting situation, Ray. A player comes off through the interchange, missing the interchange gate. It's a different kettle of fish, is it? You being the league expert.
I'm out of the rules now.
Oh, sorry.
I don't make them anymore.
Right.
I've been sacked. Bounce down in the middle of the ground. Up goes Panetta, gets a backhanded knock. Knocked second time by Bevington. Well done by the big man. Then Sherwood goes long into attack. Davis is underneath it. He gets fisted away by Johnson. Disciplined play from defence. Picked up by the Donnybrook player. He can't get the handle on the foot. He comes under towards Mahala, who's gone right into the deck by the Donnybrook defence, and he knows what it's all about now. It's his first touch of the cherry. At least he's had a touch of the leather. That'll give him a bit of confidence, at least feeling the pill. Bounce down again, up they the same two men. Bevington takes it out, can't get the ball out. Scrambled, it's knocked out, comes out to Worsfold. He's dangerous as he runs along, gets a long kicking towards Slater. He's creating havoc across the half-forward line for Mines Rovers, and he's gone in with Jay Ragg on the... That's a good spoil by Ragg. He didn't shirk the responsibilities. Comes in with hip and shoulder, misses. In comes Worsfold, draws the man. Into long hand pass to Swan. Well done by the young fella. Gets a great hand pass over to Bevington. He looks further afield, and terrible kick was on the lead was Saunders, but Worsfold chips in and takes another mark. Gets a short kick over towards Chiswell. Chiswell ducks and dives one way. He's got two of them there. He wants one. Which way will I go? Now he's going to go the other way. They're trying to corral him. Tackle the man. He had plenty of time. Ball's knocked over by Thomas. This could be a chance for Mines Rovers as Troy Davis wheels out onto his right foot. Great kick. Finds Paul Barrett 45 metres out. And that was after the messing around with the ball by Chiswell. Didn't get on quick enough, and Mines have got a chance to score. I'm not going to say anything on this kick now after putting the mocker on him the last time. But boy, do Mines need this.
I think they need a little bit more out of Troy Davis too. I believe they've got to try and get him in the game a little bit more.
I think maybe they'll run a lot of their players through the midfield. In comes Barrett with a deliberate shot on goal. Miserable old kick. And it's a knock forward from the 10 metre square. Comes straight down to Moises. He can't find the handle and misses the first grab. Cardinal Sin from there. It's hand passed out to Davis. What will he do? He can't pick it up either. It comes over towards Barrett. Will he make amends this time? That's a better kick as a pass. It comes in towards Welsh. Welsh keeps the ball in front of him. Comes over towards Saunders. The young fella knocks it to the advantage of Mahali. Gets the ball out in the tackle. Dives after it again. Well done by the young player. Gets it in towards Mines. In comes Sheffers. Stands up in the tackle. Gets it over towards Reese Swan. He stacks on the mill in the middle there. Obviously the ball had no chance of coming out of there. And by gee, Mines Rovers have fumbled the ball and some old heads doing it, Shane.
Yeah, I think it's pretty intense pressure from Donnybrook up here in the back line.
Ball hits the turf, up they go again. Bevington and Chiswell comes down towards Donnybrook, comes out towards Johnson. That comes to Worsfold. He's taken in the tackle. He shepherds them out of it. In comes Swan. The ball goes into the pack, comes out from somebody. Stacks on the mill again. It comes out towards Welsh and Sherwood. They mix it up. In comes Saunders. Saunders goes to the ground. In comes Omadai. It stacks on the mill again and we'll have another bounce down.
Tough football in there, Ray.
It's hard. They'll feel these bumps and bruises, no doubt, tomorrow. Hard game to umpire also, Kevin, when it's like that.
Very, very scrambly, very difficult. But at least they are going the ball, which is fantastic.
Great knock by Bevington over the back. Is there a loose man to run onto it? In comes Panetti. Yes, there is. He's had a drilled a shot at goal, and going by the reaction of the crowd, he's missed an out-and-out sitter. As Mines move to 1 goal 6-12, Donnybrook a 5 goal 6-36.
That's really about 4 goals. I think they've basically let go now.
Yeah, it's easy to say Donnybrook did it in the first term, but they've got the score on the board at the moment, and well, you can't say it often enough. I suppose Mines need to convert these opportunities to stay in the game.
You spend a lot of energy when you're doing this, and without getting a reward on the board, it hurts you later on.
Out towards Kirkpatrick, spoilt there by King. Well done by the veteran as he made sure the big man couldn't take the mark, and the ball's over the line and out of bounds. In the right forward, between half forward and forward pocket for the Eagles. Saunders fights for front position, gets it. Chiswell over the back, comes to Proctor on his left foot, drives up towards Worsfold. Good play, knocks it over towards Hennessy. He's a veteran too. Gets it back over to Worsfold. Now he's starting to run. He's got a great kick over towards Slater. He's a good player, this guy. I haven't seen him before, as I mentioned. He looks forward towards Chiswell, Turia. Turia gets the ball to ground, comes out to Mines Rovers in Rag. Rag undecided. Now he goes into the middle to Perry Ugle, the young player. He looks further field, goes straight to the lead of Davis. Davis and Kirkpatrick, but a strong mark overhead by Davis. That's very, very good. Bit of staging there from Davis.
Academy Award performance.
And good decision, the umpire didn't get sucked into that.
You would have paid that, would you, Kip?
No. Stumbled in running, mate.
Bootlaces must be undone.
Oh, something's happened.
Well, this guy's a good kick, but I can't keep putting the mocker on Mines. We've seen him in action in the past. He goes back deliberately, kicks it out towards a terrible kick. I don't know if it's a footy, but this could be a Mines mark. No, it's not. The defence is great by Donnybrook. Hand pass from Gibbs over towards Omadai. Omadai scrambles it out to the half-back line. Proctor's in the box seat here if it bounces for him. And it does. He goes onto his left foot where he's running. Goes down towards the outer wing, then Hennessy and Sherwood. Hennessy won't take an easy mark here with Sherwood on his hammer. And he doesn't. He comes inboard to Slater, but he's going to be spoilt by Rag. The ball comes to the ground. Slater keeps his feet and runs away with the foot. He goes down towards Bub. Bub and Giblet. The spoils come round to Tractor. He couldn't take him. Slater can get the hand pass out to Sheffers, who quickly gets a slippery one out to Omadai. Omadai towards Bub, who's left free. He steadies. Eyes on the ball, on the goals. And I think he's drilled it. He has. 6 goals, 6 Donnybrook, a 42. Mines are looking down the barrel, a 1-6-12. And from my reckoning, that's 3 for Mel Bub.
Irving's on.
And to add to the Mines Rovers' woes, on comes a big Dean Irving, and I assume Chiswell's having a spell.
Yep.
Well, the big man's done a power of work in the first half in very warm conditions, and what sort of a replacement is it to have on than a bloke of Dean Irving's ability?
difference in the game at the moment, Ray, is Donnybrook go forward and they make the most of the opportunities.
Well, Donnybrook had all the opportunities in the first quarter and didn't take as many as they could have, but Mines never had any, but they've had their opportunities this quarter and have been well out of the running with shocking disposal towards goal. Taken by Kendall as Mines going to attack out of the centre. He goes out wide again, looking towards Irving's going to get his first kick unattended, and he takes the mark, moves onto his right and kicks a helicopter kick in towards centre half forward. Out comes Retzlaff. The ball's taken by Rag. Rag goes very short, only just finds his man in Seth White. He's had an injury interrupted season also. There's a chipping the ball short. Will this come off? Goes to Moyes. He's taken out of it by Proctor. Well, good use of the body. Comes to Kirkpatrick. 2 bounces. He goes down the outer wing. He's met by Rag. Comes onto his left foot towards Bub. Bub's in front of Giblet. Takes the mark about 50 odd metres out. Go back, says Bub. The umpire pulls back Giblet some 7-8 metres as the El Presidente heads for the boundary line. Bub goes short, looking towards centre half forward. No one was awake up for that. Seth White nearly takes a good mark. Taken by Ugle. Ugle scrambles the ball to no one, heading for the boundary. Will it get there? We don't know. Nobody in particular is really hard to go running hard after it, and it does find touch after all. Boundary throw in on the far side once again. Comes in towards Irving and Bevington. Bevington again wins a knock. Comes down towards Panetta, knocks the ball forward. Good play by the young fella. Go run on with it, son. That's it. He's looking to centre half forward. He's put out towards Davis. Is in second position here running, and thought Johnson had gone under the ball, but he does it just nicely to take the mark. He goes short also. There's a lot of players in the middle of the ground unattended. Martindale provides a shepherd on Panetta. Comes out towards Kirkpatrick, a short kick. Comes in by White, meets the ball. Well done. Comes back to Kirkpatrick. He's dispossessed by Panetta. Panetta gets a hand pass into King. He takes the ball cleanly. It's a good kick into Saunders. And he just reaches it. He stretches it all his might. He can see Moyes is drifting forward. He's on the 50-metre line. 2 steps. Lines up the goals. It's going towards the square. Johnson drifts back and takes the easiest of marks where the ball perhaps should have been kicked back towards the top of the square or more towards centre half forward. Comes out to Gibbs. Gibbs gets a resultant kick down towards Sheffers and Reece Swan. This will be an interesting duel here. The young against the old. Swan's gone one way. He's run over the... Well, I don't agree with that one. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, I agree with you, Ray. It's a shocking call.
What's going...
Kick.
I think Shepard's decided he was going the wrong way.
I think it's a pretty fair indication, Ray, of
yeah,
what happened. Harvey Rinder there giving the water bottle a nice drop kick there as he heads across.
Ball comes down towards Tractor. He gets the ball thumped away by Mines, taken by Seth White. He's gathered some possession since coming on. Looks forward towards Paul Barrett. He eases Gibbs out of the way and uses his body well and takes a great mark on his chest. His disposal needs to lift. Moyes is offering things down on attack. He hasn't been able to get the ball down there quick enough. He's looking towards the centre. In comes Barrett's drifted forward. He gets the ball right in the centre square. Very good disposal. You're looking for King. King's out wide and you'll get him. The aging legs of Irving won't catch him. He's looking to run off Irving. Runs onto his right, down his left, then his right. Sights the goals. The crowd says this is home. And boy, do Mines need this one. 2 goals, 6 the Miners, 18 trailing Donnybrook, 6 goals, 6-42, and they've finally found the middle.
Dean Irving looked very proppy then. As he went to turn, his knee didn't look too flash at all.
Oh, I think he's only going to have to run the straight line, but then again, there's not too many players in this league who catch Rat King anyway. So I suppose he might have known a little bit about the player. But King, the veteran who's broken the club record for the number of games this year, has shown the forwards how to slot them through the middle. And will this be the start of the revival with 7 minutes remaining in the quarter? Plenty of time to do it. Donnybrook did it late in the quarter to get their goals. Mines have found the big sticks. Let's see if they can do it again. In comes Bevington. He misses it. Taken by Swan. He's hit around the air roll and goes to ground. Hope he's not hurt too bad. He's holding his head. Ball goes towards Donnybrook. Comes into Slater. Slater's fighting for the ball tigerishly. Knocks it out wide. Here's a chance for 2 veterans here. Sheffers plays the ball, well done, keeping it in front of him. Barrett comes in and harasses him. And a free kick will go the way of Sheffers once again. And, well, the 2 people on either side of me have agreed that that was a very, very soft free kick, but somebody gets them now and again in the grand final, and Sheffers has got this one. And this is not beyond him. Maybe this will put the mocker on him. I want a close game. Sheff is a very, very good deliverer of the ball. 55 metres out.
What's your TAB odds on this one, right? It's too far out for Sheffers.
I'm just looking at the umpire, Kevin. Sunday's my day off. Give me a break.
You going to put a couple of dollars on, mate?
We're speechless here at the moment.
I'm studying the form.
We're speaking money now.
Studying the form.
Yeah. Raise money.
Settle down, you blokes. I'll sack you. Sheff is deliberately lining up. 55 metres out, 45-degree angle. Moves in straight at the goals. It's wavering to the left-hand side. It's the packed forms. Out goes this. The spoil of Hislop. He gets under the ball. Gardner stands his ground and takes a very good, strong overhead mark at the back of the pack.
Great pass there from Sheffers, right?
Yes, I won me money again. You blokes owe me money. Okay, Gardner, not the easiest kicks for a left footer from that position, but this guy has kicked a heap of goals in his career, and one would expect him to get it. Deliberately moves in, takes his few steps, lines up the goals, and I've done it. He's missed. 6-7 the Dons, 43, leading Mines Rovers 2-6-18. And in days looking forward, people look back on the disposal of goal this quarter, and they'll be shaking their heads in amazement the number of good quality players that have missed goals from those positions. Out comes wide towards Retzlaff. Great deliver and great lead as Retzlaff cops one over the ear hole accidentally by Bub. He's not too well, the boy. And the umpire again, or ex-umpire's got his big buff head in the way. My turn, Kev.
Right.
Bevington goes inboard to Ugle. Ugle takes the mark casually, and that's a very, very casual play by Mines. I think they need a little bit more urgency, Shane.
Yeah, quite a bit. It just seemed to be midfield-wise, they're just not up to it at the moment.
Right, great spoil from Faber as the ball comes back in towards Gardner. Gets under it with Hislop. On the deck is Tractor. He knocks the ball out, plays it to his advantage, and he's taken without the ball. And Bevington's decided to upend Gardner. But a free kick to Williams. Where am I getting Williams from? Dwayne Neal. And he will shoot deliberately on goal from about 25 metres. With 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter of the 2000 Grand Final.
You take it as a deliberate shot on goal, would you, right?
I would, with my experience. Moves in close to the man on the mark, and I think he's hooked it to the left, or has he? There's a bit of clapping on the one side. There's not a lot of emotion. There is in the Dons camp now. 7-7-49 the Dons, 2-6-18 Mines, and at this late stage in the quarter it's going to hurt, Shane.
Yes, it goes back to that first 15 minutes of the quarter, mate, and Mines Rovers basically had a lot of the ball, just didn't use it.
Blonde hair against dark.
You've got the man.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, Slater, a good player. He's got Perry Ugle's moved on to him now. Good young player, Perry Ugle. Saw him come up through his junior footy. Got a big future in front of him. The ball hits the turf, and the knock forward by Irving, tracked it by Swan. I'm looking off the ball as Sherwood takes the ball out of the middle from the hand pass. Scrubbly old kick towards Kendall in the box seat. He takes it and runs, takes off. He looks further field to Worsfold, goes over his head to the advantage of Ugle, gets around two veterans, Donnybrook players. He gets one across the mouth, is McDonald. In comes Slater from the side, centres the ball to Reece Swan. He takes the mark on his chest and will look further, goes short to Sherwood. Sherwood's going to play his fits and starts as he goes short, and no, he puts it high long towards Davis from the rear. Up goes Kirkpatrick and Davis. Ball comes to the ground at Moises. Moises slaps it out the middle. Ronnie Welsh has drifted back to the goal square. Play on's the call because it's touch ball off the boot. Runs onto his left, swings it back around, and it dribbles over the line for an out of bounds, and that is the only call we can give it. He took off very quickly. I think that was no problems there. Early. Ball comes into play from the boundary ump. Can Mines get something out of this? Welsh goes up. It comes down from Irving straight down to Mines. Ball spills free. Goes out wide towards Bevington and Kirkpatrick. Knocked back by Bevington. Good play by the big fella. What can Sherwood do? He's got Worsfold on his tail. Handball back to Bevington. The look away hand pass towards McDonald. McDonald at the top of the square. Up goes Welsh at behind. Donnybrook in front. Can't hold the mark. Comes down to Redding. Redding hand pass to Proctor. Kicks him out of danger temporarily. Over towards Hennessy. Hennessy and White. Very good play by Hennessy. He turns on a Thrupney bit. Gets it in forward. Not a good kick. In comes the ball's socket back to Hennessy. He's camped over it. Knocks it out to Proctor. Great hand pass from Proctor to Slater. He's creating havoc across half forward. 2 bounces. In comes Retzlaff. He can't get him. He comes inside onto his right. Looks to send half forward. Terrible kick. Something's happened behind play. I don't know what. And too far is the call. If he's ran too far, he's ran too far.
That means every player in football has run too far on the other.
40 people have done it so far today.
King gets a free kick, goes backwards to Bevington at centre half back. He's got a paddock in front of him, comes to the outer side, over towards Giblet. Giblet and Bub. He gets an awful bounce. Here comes Bub, he takes care of it. He kicks it over the head of Gardner. Gardner's got a round hand pass over to Dwayne Neal. Will run into the goal square and put the 8th goal on the board for the Dons as he sinks his slipper into it and just about puts paid to Mines Rovers' chances for mine.
Mines Rovers' foot skills at the moment in this second quarter have been shocking. Nothing short of shocking for league level.
Admittedly, Giblet did get a very poor bounce. It wasn't his fault, but the ball should have been delivered better.
Early warning signs, Ray. Mine's looking quite tired. Another number of players with hands on hips.
Well, heads bowed. Its body language is not good, but I've declared Donnybrook already, and we'll wait and see how it pans out. They are looking the goods at the present time, but funny things happen in footy. Davis down to full forward. Welsh out to centre half forward. I don't know why Davis isn't in the middle.
Mines Rovers just, to me, look a little bit tired too, Ray, out there.
Well, the weather wouldn't help their cause. Very, very warm conditions. There's a stacks on the mill in the middle, and we'll have another bounce down.
They did have the week off.
Yes, they should be fresh, but hard legs. Some teams thrive on hard footy. I'd say somebody said that there's a bit of blood on 35 on Scott McDonald. The umpire says, no, there ain't. Let's get back into it. Up they go again. Irving thumps it once, gets it twice, comes down to the man in question, McDonald, twists out of trouble, well played. Gets a good kick out towards Moises, who's playing in front, or is it Barrett? Barrett's in front. It's quickly off onto his left. Gets a long high kick out towards full forward. Davis is at the back, he flies. Can't quite mark it. Donnybrook hands in the front, and he's paid the mark. And there's a bit on to do here as Martindale has thrown Davis out of the pack, and anything could happen here. The mark stands for Kendall. Man in front always gets the benefit of the doubt. He goes out wide to the lead of Hennessy. In comes White from behind, but the kick's too good. Hennessy strong overhead. White does the unforgivable and goes to ground. Great kick in towards Worsfold. He steadies the ship with Sherwood on the mark. Donnybrook have been successful going into attack. He goes out wide to the lead of Bub. Great kick, great mark, and Giblet was right on his hammer but could do nothing whatsoever about the mark. He's 70 metres out. He goes short, long towards centre half forward. Up they go. In front is Gardner and Heslop over the back. No mark taken. Dwayne Neal dives on it. Should be pinged if this is the case on this time because he fell straight over the top of the ball, but he's not going to be on this occasion, and we'll have another bounce down. Heslop races back to pick up his man in Gardner. Bevington's in the ruck against Irving. Nothing to come to from Mines if the ball comes out. It's a line ball decision. In goes Sherwood. In comes Bevington. Scrambles it out. Mahala's in front. Tries to get the hand pass out wide. Can't affect the hand pass from the tackle. Proctor spins into trouble as a siren sounds. And we're halfway through the 2000 Grand Final with the scoreboard showing Donnybrook leading 8 goals 7-55. Mines Rovers 2 goals 6-18 in what's been a hard, tough game of footy. And although I've declared Donnybrook at this early stage, Mines are really looking down the gun barrel at the present time and need to improve their skills all around the ground if they're going to get back into this game in any short space of time. What do you think, Shane?
Yeah, I think they've got to get in there at half-time and regroup. Unfortunately for the Mines backmen and so forth, that to a certain degree, they've done quite well. The ball's been pushed in quite a bit in the forward line for Mines, but their disposal with the ball and the use of the ball has been absolutely shocking, and it's really hurt them. They probably look at the scoreboard; they're about 6 goals down, but they had 4 goals that were really at league level. They should be goals, and you're only talking about 1 or 2 goals behind, and unfortunately, I guess it's high like this.
As you say. And Daryl, you've taken a lot of information in the first half of footy. You'd like to give us a list of what you think has happened so far?
Well, I'd have to agree with Shane that Mines have actually thrown away a lot of chances in their forward line. They probably had 5 or 6 chances to score a goal and blew all of them. But there's a couple of players that have stood up for Donnybrook in that quarter. I think young Adrian Proctor on clearing the ball out of defence has had a big role to play. Worsfold has continued to fire along Max Hennessy, who came back to form last week with a great game. He's also been very useful. Chiswell has continued to play well. Brett Slater, who's one of the lesser lights in the Donnybrook side, not as well known around the traps, but he's certainly had his share of the ball across half forward. And up forward, Mel Bubb and Dwayne Neal. Dwayne's kicked a couple of goals. Always looks dangerous. Doesn't always get the ball, but always presents himself. For Mines, Bevington's continued to play well. Kane Saunders, unfortunately for the Mines, Kane Saunders is very good at centre half forward. He's also good on the ball. Unfortunately, they can only use him in one of the places. Richard Panetta's doing some reasonable things. Troy Davis is looking dangerous. Hayden Martindale's wearing him pretty closely, but Troy always looks dangerous. Paul Barrett looked dangerous on occasions, hasn't had a great deal of the ball. But that also Mines would need a bit of a lift from Brad Barrett, who seems to be pretty well held by young Faber. But at the moment, Mines haven't given them much of a chance with their disposal, but the Donnybrook side fairly committed, very focused by the look of them, and at this stage look the goods.
Yeah, Shane was saying, Daryl, turn those easy shots of goal around. Had it been 6-2 to 8-7, we'd have a real ball game in our hands.
Well, we certainly would, but on the same by the same token, Donnybrook should have blown the game away in the first quarter. They probably wasted 6 easy shots in the first quarter. Mines had the chance to do it that quarter. I guess Donnybrook have converted their chances a little better in the second, but yeah, certainly if the Dons can't count this one yet, because Mines, if they come around and get a couple of the breaks, get back to 4 goals, then it's still anyone's ball game at this stage. But the Donnybrook look the favourites.
Thanks very much, Daryl. Half-time at Hands Oval, as we said, and Donnybrook holding a handy lead, 8 goals, 7-55. Mines, 2 goals, 6-18, as we have a break for the half-time entertainment here. Okay,
yeah, we've had some bad luck.
Okay.
Right? Right.
Okay, here we are for the third quarter of the 2000 grand final. As we said at the finish of the first half and the second quarter, Donnybrook handy leads at half time. Let's have a quick look around, Shane, see what sort of matchups we've got. Anyone of any note gone anywhere?
Still got Davis up in the forward line. I'd put him on the ball.
Yeah, maybe it's a fitness thing, do you think?
Oh, I don't think so. It's all right. He's moving all right out there tomorrow.
Richard Panetta would be Worsfold's 4th opponent this game.
Okay, here we go.
As you pressed up, you're supposed to wait till you whistle.
Bounce down in the middle, Bevington and Chiswell.
Yeah, that's the rule, man.
Chiswell gets it to the run of Worsfold, straight onto his left foot and down towards Mel Bubb, leads straight out in front of McDonald, is it? Or no, Giblet. And gee, I hope this is not the start of a runaway.
I think Jim's got problems with Bubb.
He's very quick for a big man. Booming kick, as we've said in the past. Accuracy is his only problem, and we're right behind this kick, so we'll know whether the goal umpire's right or wrong, Kevin.
We certainly will, Ray. It's certainly kicking from the easier side of the ground to kick goals from. Started it out right. Swung
around a little bit to the right. And a missed to the left. One behind only, 8-8, 56 the Dons, 2-6, 18 the Eagles. It looked good initially. Okay, Brad Barrett to bring it in. Leads to the left and the right. Comes out the what we'll call the members' side, and McDonald takes the mark, well, an easy mark in front of Omadai. Richard Panetta leads for him short, and so does Seth White. Good kick. Comes across the top. They're chipping it out. There hasn't been a lot of long kicking from Mines, and what has gone astray. White goes a little bit longer. In comes Saunders. That's a great kick and a great lead into some congested traffic. Saunders comes down along the wing also, up towards Moises and King. Moises will take the Hayden Martindale gives the free kick away. Play on calls the umpires, they take advantage. King gets it across towards centre half forward. Davis takes a mark right on the 50-metre line. And he also is a booming kick. Open forward line. In comes Barrett. He's chipped it right in front of him. Great kick and great mark. Very courageous with a Donnybrook player coming across his path. At Paul Barrett. This is where he, not far from where he kicked the first goal of the game for Mines Rovers, except he's a little bit closer, a lot straighter. And the understatement of the game is, boy, do Mines Rovers need this. It's like a great circle of players around the kicker as he moves in deliberately. On his left foot. Doesn't kick right through the ball. Is it going to swing back? I think it has. Mines are on the board with the first major of the second half, and they go to 3 goals, 6-24. They're not done for yet. 8-8-56 the Dons, and they really needed that, Shane.
Yes, definitely what they need to start the third quarter off with. I see that I think Barrett's on the ball now, and I think they need him and Troy Davis to really get going, because they're the mainstay of the side.
Yeah, you need your best four in the middle. Bevington's done a pair of work for Mines Rovers, hasn't left the ground yet. Chiswell's fresh after leaving halfway through the second quarter when Dean Irving came on. Up they go again. Bevington and Chiswell eyes for each other more so. In comes Barrett. Ball spills free from the tackle. Worsfold gets a hand pass just forward. In comes Perry Ugle. The ball's taken away from him by Omadai. Comes out to Proctor. Proctor can't pick it up. He's claimed. Now he does. Good spoil from the Mines Rovers, but Proctor's too smart. Gets the ball back over towards Omadai. Goes out wide towards Worsfold and Panetta. In comes Gardner trying to take out Panetta. He misses. Ball comes inboard to Rag, and Rag goes short to McDonald, who from here they're a spitting image of each other. McDonald goes long over towards Moises. He's running out that way towards Kendall's after him. Keeps the ball in play, but he's got two against him. In comes Martindale. Handballs over towards his target in Kendall. He misses the ball and it goes over the line and out of bounds. Comes in right on the centre wing. Up there is Saunders and Chiswell. In comes Kendall to give a hand. Chiswell at ground level. But in comes Mines Rovers in McDonald. Gets the ball over to his counterpart and scrambles the ball forward. I didn't pick it out who it was. But the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds for yet another throw in on the far side of the ground. Up they go again. Chiswell takes a knock. Donnybrook player pushed in the back. The umpire's unsighted from there and he'll bounce the ball down. This ball's thrown up. It's pretty spongy on that side of Hands Oval. Knocked by Saunders down to Kendall. Kendall scrambles it forward towards McDonald and Omadai. McDonald plays for a kick on the side there, but the ball's beaten him over the line and out of bounds. And dare I say it, we'll have another throw in on the far side. Bevington comes in to lend support, but it's knocked by Kendall. And knocked further forward by Donnybrook player in Jason Thomas on the ground. Didn't pick up the bench as they were leaving the ground. Anybody to say who's off. Bevington uses his weight to advantage. Gets rid of Chiswell. Gets a hand pass out. Goes to the runner Barrett. His disposal's normally immaculate. Gets it up towards Davis. It goes over his head and there's marksman in Johnson. In comes Martindale to tidy up. Takes one. He's shepherded well by Gibbs. The ball comes down to him. It's kicked long down towards Kendall. He hand passes over to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick to Chiswell. Stands still. Looks, delivers towards Worsfold. No talking there. That's dropping the ball for mine. Holding the ball, I suppose the terminology, but every man that goes to the foot, he calls it dropping the ball. Well done by Ugle. Kick short to McDonald. Donald looking for his options. Barrett leads out wide. He's going further down inboard, down towards Worsfold and Panetta. Worsfold very strong overhead, takes a great mark. All leads have dried up. Now there's one coming from Thomas. He leads out deliberately to the wing. Hard, fast lead, but the disposal doesn't help, and he doesn't make the ball, and it goes over the line once again.
Yeah, the game's going through one of those lacklustre periods.
It happens regularly, doesn't it? Especially in the start of the third quarter. By both sides feeling each other out, but no decisive moves yet, and Mines with the first on the board in the third quarter, a badly needed one. It's like the calm before the storm, perhaps. Up goes the ball. Knocked down by Bebbington. He's won a heap of those. Jason Marley, he's been quiet today. On his left foot. Scrambles it forward towards Moises. Moises can't take it. Gets it out to Barrett. Barrett's very tricky. Gets it along from Martindale. Martindale's over the ball and is dived on the pack by Kendall to tie the ball up. And another bounce down or throw up on the far side of Hands Oval. Saunders will have a tackle at it this time. He's moving around to get a free runner. Then he decides not to because Bebbington's there. Bebbington gets it down, but nowhere. Donnybrook are in the front position. Ball comes out underneath Johnson. Johnson's the ball's come back behind him. Out comes Kirkpatrick. He's played a pretty good game in defence. Very, very courageous. He goes one way then the other. Jason Marley's completely at sea today. I've never seen him play a game like this before. He can't be 100% fit. In comes Donnybrook. Walsall just uses his strength, takes the ball from the pack, runs away with a bounce. He looks forward to centre half forward, but Seth White, reading the play very, very kettily, takes a mark in front of Hennessy. Swings onto his right. There's two of them in the middle. It's taken by Davis. Away peels King and Retzlaff is coming out wide. Donnybrook are now manned up 3-on-3, but it's well done by Martindale. Attacked the footy. He was the only one that wanted it. Awkward kicking style. Goes down to half forward. White and Hennessy, but Hennessy's too strong overhead as White can't spoil the ball. It was a great mark by him. He kicks up towards Slater. Young Ugel's after the ball there. He could have now got a kick. In comes White. Good play by White. Gets out onto his right. Comes along the boundary line to Bomber. Bomber can't take it first time again. Missed a lot of footy. And free kick has been paid. Play on now as the umpire calls the advantage to Perry Ugle. It's a wide open forward line if they can get it down there to Barrett. Barrett takes a mark and wants to give Kirkpatrick one as he goes past. Missed him by the country mile. Where's the forward line? Where's Brad Barrett? Paul Barrett. Paul Barrett leads in a bit. In comes Kirkpatrick. Takes the lead away from Barrett. Cooley takes a mark, swings it outright to Proctor, who's played a great game of getting the ball out of defence. He comes onto his awkward left foot kicking style, but it's effective to Omadai. Omadai zigzags it out towards Chiswell. Chiswell's out in the open with Gibbs' support. Doesn't need him as he goes down to Gardner. Gardner just makes it and goes to ground as he takes a mark. That'll slow the game up a little bit and give Mines a chance to get out and defend the goals. Here's a raking left foot kick. Goes down, terrible kick. Goes anywhere. Bubs in front. Well done by Retzlaff, or McDonald could be Rag after the third time lucky. Good shepherd from Perry Ugle as White clears out of defence. Goes short. Jason Marley for one of his few touches. Barrett, he looks for the evergreen Barrett. He's made ground away from Faber. Drops the sitter. Needs support. There in Sherwood and the skipper. Elbow from Barrett into Faber. Out towards Saunders. Great strong mark overhead from... with Johnson in hot pursuit as Mines are playing a little bit better at this stage. It's a wide open forward line as we said before. He's sent it towards Davis. He's on the edge of the square. He'll have to go back with Kendall on the mark. Where are they going to look forward now? Goes out wide. Barrett's leading out that way. They're jostling. In comes McDonald. Couldn't take it. Flung through by Chiswell. Out comes Gibbs. If that wasn't a throw, I don't know what was. Play on calls the umpires. The ball's held in and they'll have a bounce down. What do you think, Kevin?
It was a high tackle there to Mines Rovers player. He's picking up off the ground McDonald.
Accidental. Does it matter?
No.
It doesn't matter. Says the veteran of many grand finals. Bounce down again at half forward. Up goes Bebbington. Great knock. Knocked back ping pong style by Kirkpatrick. Scrambled out to the wing. There's nobody there. The evergreen King. He'll be first to it if he can. Then gets around from Slater. Slater, King comes into the middle. This is dangerous unless he hits his target. Hennessy's well over the mark. Play on. He's gone around, says the umpire. Bit hard. Comes out to White. Will Omadai get there? White just can't hang on. Tractor gets a hand past Omadai. Danger signs for Mines Rovers here. Over towards Hennessy. He's on his own. Tries to be a Leariser. Takes it one hand. Runs on. Looks at the goals and drills it straight through the middle. Ball from what I call a poor decision from the middle. It forced Mines to play on when they weren't in possession of anything to go forward with, and Donnybrook now go to 9 goals 8. Mines 3 goals 6.
Pretty ordinary, Kev, wasn't it?
Certainly should have brought the player back on the mark and given him the opportunity to dispose of the ball with some certainty. They put him under the pressure, under the pump.
Forced the error.
But that's what football's about, mate.
It is at that. Everyone's allowed to make a mistake or two. Up they go. Bevington again knocks Shark by Omadai. He's been good in the centre. Handball out to Worsfold. Worsfold's running away with it, but handball's to Proctor. He's been good. Ball's, he chucks his head in the air. Was it right too high? Looked at it from here. Bevington's clever. Gets it over to Swan. He misses the ball. He's under all sort of pressure. He's had it spent before he got it. Shepherds gets a handball out to Johnson. He's in all sorts of trouble. Gets the ball to Marley. Marley looks forward. Brad Barrett's on the lead from Faber. He's too quick off the mark for him. They can keep him up here. It could be a trump card. Where's Swan? He's looking for Saunders, but he's gone in the pocket. Panetta's behind. Martindale in front. I'd pay that one.
He's playing well.
No discipline from Panetta. Should have tried to spoil at least instead of out marking. Goes short to Worsfold, right in front of the South Bunbury Footy Club.
Yeah, as well.
Comes in short again to Johnson. Not manning up, man for man. Make it hard. They're trailing him. Johnson kicked it straight to Bevington. Couldn't have picked out another player if he tried. He spills what he should have taken. He's taken some more. He's gone to ground of his own. In comes Sherwood. He took eyes off the ball. Wanted Hennessy. The ball's coming out towards Donnybrook. You need goals on the board. He's looked for Kirkpatrick. He's missed him also. Yeah. Ball comes back out. It's in there. Tunnel ball over the line and out of bounds. And let's make the ball our target, boys. We need goals, Mine Drovers, they say. Saunders and Cheswell knocked down by Donnybrook. Comes back to Saunders, goes out to Worsfold, rides the bump and boots it down to centre half forward. Perry Eagles in all sorts of trouble there. If had been a Donnybrook player there, but it's shown tremendous courage from the young player to keep his eyes on the ball and mark it, running the same way as it did when it came over his shoulder. It's out wide and out of Barrett. He's covering a lot of ground trying to stir his Mine Drovers teammates up. Gets a great left foot kick to Saunders. He was over on this wing not long ago as well. They're covering a heap of territory. He slowed the game down, not much on offer. Davis is waving arms. There's a signalman there, but it goes his way. Will he get the ride? No, up with the back comes Redding. Eyes for the ball. He was the only one that had his name on it, and he's taken an easy mark in the end. Virtually uncontested. He goes short to Worsfold. He leads forward, looking for something to come out to on this side. He's had to steady it up. Bevington's on the mark. Gibbs offering something for a handball, but he's hotly tailed by Barrett. Out wide they go again, and it's Johnson. Johnson takes the mark, getting a few kicks. Great to see him on the footy field. Over to Cheswell. He's had to lob it up high, but in comes Kendall. He's slipped his marksman. Goes down to centre half forward. Out comes Bub. It's going to hit him on the chest if he can make it. It doesn't. He keeps the ball in front of him. Good play. Gardner takes it onto his trusty left. Puts it high towards the square. 1-on-1. Retzlaff and Neil. Ball comes over the back. White gets back to help and runs the ball over the line and out of bounds.
Hislop involved in a bit of heavy stuff there with Tractor.
Could have been a free kick.
Didn't see that.
I think it's fair to say he's went in and just cleaned him up, right?
Well now, interesting things. Mines are taken out of the ruck contest. It's balls to centre half back. Omadai slung to the ground after he got rid of it. Goes to Proctor. Proctor on his left. He's just carried Giblet, the only man on the line, and straight through the middle for the Dons 10th. And they're looking the goods now. 10-8-68. Mine Drovers 3 goals, 6-24. And what do you think about that, Shane?
Yeah, it's looking pretty ominous at the moment. They just seem to have everything, all the answers. And I just think that Mines are just looking, as I said, made the comment before half time, look tired.
Jason Thomas has just left the ground and El Presidente's back, number 47 on the list. Great time to come out of retirement and finals footy's around. Pulled rank on selectors and he's in the team.
Presidential selection, I heard, Ray.
Sherwood has a windy as the ball comes out. Johnson's tackle, but gets a hand pass over to Worsfold. It's well done by Ugle, but the unfortunate thing, it comes back to Worsfold. He drives it to the square. Bub nearly reaches over the top to take a mark. Can't do so. Mines can't find the handle. It's gone between his legs. Out they come and we've had a hold up in play. And what have we got, Kevin?
We've got a high tackle.
Mines Rovers to take the resultant free kick. Giblet it is.
Carol, it's not working. Nigel just giving around the neck, didn't he? He gave away free kick. Yeah.
Which is a tall order for Nigel, isn't it?
Ball comes in, unkind people that we have in here. Around they go, over towards Hislop. He overruns the ball. Gardner doesn't. Turns inboard on his left. Hooks it over his shoulder. He must have heard the call. Worsfold was there, but it doesn't come to him. Over goes Chiswell. In towards Dwayne Neal. He's headed for the top of the goals. It's there. They're staging on the bowl line, and we'll have a 1 point only with Hennessy and White. 10 goals. 8, 9. 69 to 3-6, 24. 19 scoring shots to 9. Mines bring it in again. It's a wobbly old kick that goes out wide, carries the pack, it gets some distance. Over goes Richard Panetta. He's got Hislop there. He can't keep up with him. Not a lot of talk there because there's only one Donnybrook player hot on the tail, and a bit of shepherding might have got Donnybrook out of trouble. Mines Rovers out of trouble. And they've come alive on the far side of the ground.
Yeah, there's a couple of people in over there.
Great crowd here at Hands Oval. Chiswell does again, scrambles it out of the ruck contest and only finds Reece Swan. He goes to ground as he kicks. Ball goes to Saunders, nearly takes a screamer. Comes to the ground, over towards Panetta. He finesses too much. He doesn't in the end. Gets it to Mahala. He gets it to King. He's on his own. Great hand pass into Jason Marley. He's normally a good finisher. What's he done this time? Paul Barrett right on the chest. No backman could have done anything about that as Brendan Gibbs is pulled back onto the mark by umpire Scheffner, and Barrett, who hasn't had his kicking boots on today, will line up and hopefully drill Mine's 4th goal. Marley leads into the pocket. It's going to be cut off by Chiswell, I think. No, he didn't get there, but he didn't get the mark either. He's pulled off the ball. He's camped over it. No support for Mines as Gibbs comes out of defence, drives it along the wing, and there's that ever-reliable Proctor. He's played a good game. Awkward kicking style, but effective. Gets it down towards Slater. He gets under the ball. Spoilt by Ugle. Picked up by Hislop. Goes to ground with tired legs. Over to McDonald. Gets a hand pass over to Saunders. He's got his back to goals. Who's he got going past? No, got McDonald. McDonald gives it out wider again towards Paul Barrett. He's on his left, but he's claimed. Scrambles a kick. Chiswell cuts it off. Back we go again to the half-back, and Ben Johnson takes an easy overhead mark, uncontested, with McDonald on the mark, and again disposal has helped Donnybrook get out of trouble. Poor hand pass from Johnson, puts Omadai under the hammer. If that's holding the ball for everybody around the ground for Mine, and Mines will take the ball back into attack. McDonald, what's on offer? Not a lot. He's going to have to kick it high, wide and handsome and see what comes up with it. Where's the little players? He goes long, goes just inside 50. Up they go. Everyone goes up. It's knocked down to the ground. No clear mark. Can't see who's got it. Johnson's got it. He gets it over to Redding. Knocks it out further. Shark by Jason Marley, with the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. In we come again. Bebbington and looked like Chiswell there. Comes through to Redding, forces his way through the pack. Socket forward by Mahala. Safety, luckily over to Saunders. Drives it forward towards the square. Can't be taken by Mines. They've finally got a kind bounce. He can't get it out to, yes he can. Davis tries to run through the pack. Can't do so. And we'll have a bounce down. Never had enough momentum to get through that. Those two with Sheffers there. He was claimed in the tackle. Here we go again. Ruck contest. Knocked down by Bebbington. It doesn't go anywhere. Taken by McDonald. Burst his way through the pack. Great hand pass. He set Panetta up, but he can't get it around, and it's gone. And that's gone through for one minor score to Mines Rovers. 3 goals, 7-25. Donnybrook 10-9, 69. Taylor's come back into the fray for Faber, and played a good first quarter and a half. He was a heap of possessions if anyone was taking them. Offers a lead. Panetta doesn't know which way to go to follow who. The ball goes to the far side towards Chiswell. He's forced under it by Mahala. He can't get back as he's got support from Kirkpatrick Donnybrook. He takes off with a footy under his arms. He's tackled. Had his opportunity. Oh, well. Tell me, Kevin.
He had his opportunity. Yeah. I thought he just put it on the ground. Didn't want anything to do with it.
Yes. Donnybrook got the fortune's gone their way. Comes Hennessy. Well spoilt by White. Backed up by Proctor from Donnybrook. White comes through again. He's got no support. Goes to ground. Ball comes to Donnybrook. Hand pass from Kendall's too slick for Worsfold. Gets it over to Proctor gets it to Hennessy. Hennessy back to Proctor. He gets it forward to Brad Barrett, who can't, just dribbles over his head, unfortunately. Another foot and he would have been right. Goes straight up in the air with Chisel. Over goes Hislop, and he should take the mark and does, to relieve temporarily maybe the pressure for Mines Rovers. The back line stood firm this quarter, but it might not be firm enough. He goes out wide to Mahala. He can't take it. Chisel's over there. Donnybrook outnumber Mines at ground level again. Gets the ball towards half forward. Gardner tries to take it one-handed, but he's bundled over the ground, over the line unceremoniously by Hislop in the fair hip and shoulder. And we'll have the obligatory throw in the forward half, between half forward and forward pocket for the Dons. It's knocked down towards the front of the pack. Mines bring it back inboard. That's dangerous. In comes Marley, goes to the ground. The ball's underneath a couple of players here, and we'll have another throw, bounce down, throw up or whatever. I take it we've got 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, or else the timekeeper's thirsty. Ball comes over the head of the players, comes out to Proctor, he's claimed, squeezes a hand pass out, doesn't go anywhere. In comes Donnybrook. They get down towards the open. Mines go to ground as they try and pick up the ball. Gets it out, well done. Bit of under pressure. In comes Jason Marley. He's got into the game finally. Kicks not 10 metres. Hand pass back over to Marley. Goes to ground, picking it up. It's fumbled. King drives it into the very, very open forward line. Davis takes the mark. No, yes, he does. He's given it. He's going to play on in front of the mark for Mine. Drives it goalwards. It's going straight over the goal umpire's head.
How can that happen?
And Mines move to 4 goals, 7-31. Donnybrook 10-9, 69. And gesticulating there's Kevin.
One of those cases where you take every advantage you get, Ray. That's it.
You don't think the player was going to come back of his own volition, do you?
I don't think he's going to come back unless he's called back, no.
OK, Shane, so how are we looking now?
Yeah, mine seem to be hanging in there, but I don't know. Interesting. They've got to get another one now. Otherwise, what's been had in the past, Donnybrook seem to answer everything that they've put in.
Yeah, well, given they've only kicked 4 goals and they're still 6 behind, it's a tough contract. But then, as we said before, Aussie rules, it's a funny game of footy. If they can bang a couple of quick ones on, you never know what's going to happen. The Water Boys will be running it out pretty heavily now in the last bit of this quarter. Not long to go. Chisel's taken Mahala out in the ruck contest, and he genuinely deserves a free kick out of that one. Hand pass over to Ugle, but no, Mahala didn't have the ball and didn't work the second time, Kevin.
No, it didn't work that time. There's no advantage to give them, right? So.
Mahala's got the ball. He's opened up a lead. Saunders, he gets it. He's very strong overhead. Good spoil from Kendall. Comes to Proctor. Proctor ducks one way and the other. Gets a poor hand pass over Worsfold's head. King takes advantage of it. Was going to put on the ball but couldn't. In comes Taylor. Taylor forces the error from Mines. He's still going for his second effort. Great effort, and Shepherds has gone through and taken the Mines Rovers player high. He gets on with the ball quickly out towards Ugle. Poor disposal again. He did have a lot of time before. Now he hasn't. In comes Hennessy. Hennessy doesn't get to him, but the delivery to Jason Marley is very good. He's deep in the pocket now, half forward flank. Mahala leads deep into the pocket. Gets a good delivery from Jason Marley, but by gee, it's going to be tough trying to kick a goal from that position, Shane.
They got blood rule.
Blood rule 4:35 and McDonald again. Second time in the game. So we'll have a hold up in play, and the people under the white tent are very well grouped together.
Yeah, it's a good gathering, a bit of church there, I think.
The Key dress is very impressive up there on the hill, Ray.
Yes. Nice day for sitting in the sunshine. Mahala's going to have a deliberate shot on goal. This will want to be a gem if he's going to kick this. Stutters, 2 kicks. Goes to the edge of the square. Oh, Saunders!
That could be a lifting mark, that one.
Oh, what an absolute perler. Well, he's got to do justice to the mark by putting this through the middle from here. All wasted if he doesn't. He's going to be an acute angle, but he should be. He's on his right kicking foot, and he'll be able to take a couple of steps to the right if he wants to. Mine's Donnybrook trying to put him off. That looks pretty good for Mines Rovers.
That's the one they needed.
That's the one they wanted, and from an absolutely fantastic mark. Mines Rovers moved to 5 goals, 7:37. Donnybrook 10 goals, 9:69. And is this the start of the comeback?
One of the biggest marks we've seen here for quite a while over a few grand finals.
If I remember right, Glenn Scott took an absolute gem in a losing side down the other end the last quarter when the game was all over. That one was would match it. Okay, bounce down in the middle. Chiswell and Mahala. It's a surprise with Mahala in the ruck. Chiswell takes it and drops the ball on the turf, unseen by the umpire. Sherwood goes in to pick it up. Sheffers comes out with it. I can't get that out. Out they go, down to the forward line. Hislop and Gardner. Spoiled from Hislop. Well done. Well read off hands by Rag. Rag kicks around the corner. This is going to be hard, but the experience of Barrett makes it look so easy. He's
coming into the game.
He's got Martindale on his hammer at this stage after Faber left the ground. Reece Swan's got it on the far side. He chips it towards Saunders, and that was a poor effort from Kirkpatrick to run past a man with the ball. Now he's got to be able to deliver it. That's a little chip kick over the top to Saunders. They've got an open forward line. Can they move it on? Move it on quickly. Who's there? Moyes is at centre half forward, calling for it, standing still. The ball goes further up towards Davis. He's the focal point. Looks for a kick. Comes to Sherwood. Spins onto his right. Ball's half smothered. Comes over to Barrett. He wants his right. He wants his left. He's staggered. He's started back. He's had a pop shot. And he's missed. The vagaries of a left footer not wanting to kick on his right. 5 goals, 8 to 38 to 10 goals, 9, 69, and it's becoming a little bit more exciting. Not long to go in the tight third quarter. Mines have made some inroads. The ball's kicked out by Donnybrook out wide. It could be going straight to King. King spoils, comes down to Mahala, runs over it, gets a hand pass over to Barrett. Barrett drills it to centre half forward. 52 metres out. Saunders. Saunders goes wide to Barrett, to Sherwood. He's charged, and I think that hurt. I think that hurt.
He hit him with his shoulder.
Well, I don't think he was going for the ball.
I'd like to see it on replay, but there was a card earlier on.
No second guesses, Kevin.
There was a card earlier on. Much the same sort of incident.
Well, he never had his eyes on the ball, obviously.
Well, he punched the ball away. He punched the ball away.
Timekeepers are not allowed to enter into the commentary. Thank you very much.
I think the ball spilled free, and let's leave it at that.
Well, I tell you what, Bomber Sherwood's one tough nut, and for him to be still on the ground, that hurt, although he has been injury-prone all season. Certainly won't, if he takes a kick, he won't kick it more than 5 metres.
I think if you look in the replay some stage later, Ray, I think you'll find it wasn't too bad.
Okay, he's not going to be able to take the kick. He's a sore and sorry side at the present time. Mahala will take the free kick. And he's going to be kicking from close to 46, 7 metres out from goal. I don't reckon he's got the distance to clear the pack here. Let's wait on it. He's lining up deliberately. He's missed the last time from a tight shot. He's gone, but boy, gee, I tell you what, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. It's a homer. And Mines have got an uplifting goal. 6 goals, 8 to 44 the Miners. 10 goals, 9, 69 the Dons. And I think we've got a game on our hands, and Sherwood's made a miraculous recovery. I don't think he wanted to take the shot, Kevin.
I don't think so, Ray, but he doesn't look real flash there in the middle still.
He's all right. That wasn't bad. That wasn't that bad. I think the incident was he rorted it for everything he got on him.
You mean he's looking for 50 as well?
I think he could have been.
Didn't need it. Mahala's put me wrong. I haven't got one right all day. Mahala's done justice to the free kick and drilled it through the middle, and the crowd's come alive as well.
Just look around the ground, Ray, and see the spring and the step of the Mines guys.
Up they go again. Chiswell wins it to their advantage. Taken by Moyes. Gets a hand pass to Ugle. Breaks one tackle on the left. Goes up towards Taylor and Kendall. They nearly mixed it up there. Kendall's taken the mark, and the skipper's leading by example. He's gone close to the man on the mark. It's a high kick. Bub's in front. He'll get a kick for across the shoulder, no doubt. Play on's a call now. They've got advantage. Over to Tuia. Handball back to, and it's a poor one. Worsfold had to stop and get it at ankle level. He's gone to the top of the square. Who's riding it to? And here's Gardner going to reply with a very quick goal. Well, Mines were still in this once they got back into there. Some of their bigger players haven't shown the authority they've had in the past. And I might have been wrong on the rest, but I won't be wrong on this one. Goal umpire made a lot of ground, I don't know why, just to make it harder. 11 goals 9 the Dons, 6 goals 8, 44 Mines Rovers, and that probably take the wind out of the sails of Mines to a certain extent, but it'll also be a saving goal for the Dons. And we've still got a game on our hands. Mines have made some inroads on the Donnybrook camp in this quarter, and they're not to be outdone. They came from behind the second quarter.
10 seconds.
And that's 10 seconds coming from the timekeepers, which means what a really timely goal going into three-quarter time. Umpire Burton about to put ball into the turf. Mahala will combat Chiswell. Up they go. Mahala nearly gets a hand at it. Chiswell waits for it, tries to take it cleanly. He didn't get rid of it legally. Play on's a call. Over goes one Donnybrook player, and down goes Mahala as the siren sounds. To end the third quarter of football, with Donnybrook showing 11 goals 9, 75. The Mines Rovers 6 goals 8, 44. And Bevington's the one that's come off the bench, onto the bench for Mines Rovers. Ronnie Welsh is there, and I'm sure he'll come back into the fray in the last quarter. And Shane, we've still got a bit of a game on our hands. What do you think at this stage?
Yeah, I think if Ronnie Welsh, I don't know, if he's injured, fine, he should be on the bench. But at the moment, I think I've got to start with him out there on the ground. I really do. He's been, he might be down a little bit, but they've got to go for broke out there at the moment.
We've got to kick goals to win it now.
Exactly.
Darryl, what are your thoughts on the state of play after three quarters?
Well, I think a big factor for Mines Rovers in that quarter was the fact that guys like Jason Marley, Seth White, Brad Barrett, who hadn't had much of the ball in the first quarter, came to the party in the third. I think Seth White and Jason Marley got a fair bit of it. Kane Saunders continued to play well, and I think at this stage, the game, in the Mines minds, they'll be thinking back to 2 weeks ago when they came from behind, 4 over 4 goals down, nearly 10 minutes into the last quarter. Donnybrook will be the same. They'll be thinking, that they really have to maintain their pressure.
Okay, thanks, Darryl, and we'll have a short break while three-quarter time interval and be back very quickly. No, talk, no.
He's probably got it all on there the last 5 minutes.
1 quarter of football to go in season 2000. Mines Rovers and Donnybrook. Mines first into the grand final, but winning the second semi. Donnybrook finished minor premiers.
Move over a bit, Ray. Cross is getting tired.
31 points of difference.
And Mines kicked 6 unanswered goals, right?
That's the burning question. And we're away.
That's what I reckon, because there can be an infringement.
Irving in the middle, gets the knockdowns, not straight to anyone, but in comes Omadai. He's taken the ball in the middle a number of times. He's ridden into the ground. Play on's a call. Sheffers gets a left footer. Down to centre half forward. Bubs in front, can't mark. In comes White. Ball comes to ground after he had it. Stacks on the mill and bounce down time once again. Irving and Ronnie Welsh on the ball. Down to Worsfold. His strength gets the ball onto the foot, and in front is Gardner, punched away by Hislop. He tries to attack somebody else. Comes out to Dwayne Neal. He's had a pot shot on goal, and he's swung around to the left-hand side for 1 point only to Dons to move to 11 goals, 10, 76. Mines Rovers 6-8, 44. Big pack of players, a huddle at centre-half back. Ugle becomes a designated kicker in now that Barrett's moved forward. Martindale's wearing him like a glove. It goes out that way to the two on their own, and the experience of Barrett gets rid of Martindale easily and takes virtually an uncontested mark. So move towards the far side with Barrett. Nobody really now. Welsh leads. Goes out towards him. It's a good kick and a good lead. He takes it on his chest and looks further afield. Not a good kick from Welsh. It's about his second, but for luck's a fortune. Over to Sherwood. Sherwood to Barrett, to McDonald. He's proficient on both sides of his body. The ball bounces over. It's an open goal square just about. Donnybrook back first, over to Kendall, the ever-reliable Matty Kendall, the skipper. He's run some ground, gets a hand pass inboard to Sheffers. Sheffers gets it over towards Hennessy. Could have put him under the pump, but Kendall's good enough and follows up. Good teamwork from Kendall. His kick's not a good one, and Perry Eagle goes back and drops the setter. In comes Dwayne Neal, keeps the ball in front of him, knocks it to his advantage. Good shepherd from Tuia. He kept Ugle out of the way, and the ball's gone over the line on the half-forward flank, right in front of the South Bunbury change room, club rooms. Another skill error it's shown. Should never have happened.
Yeah, there's been too many of them for this standard all day.
Ball comes in, knocked in by Irving, goes towards Bub. He knocks it down towards Donnybrook. Tuia slides under the tackle, and that is a very soft decision for mine. Very, very soft for me.
What was that?
This is a grand final.
Well, this basically really makes it difficult.
I mean, he didn't have to do it, but then again, that's very, very soft in the context of a tough grand final. The president will kick from no closer than what he can get, straight over the head of the goal umpire. And Donnybrook will no doubt win this game now. No question about it. 12 goals, 10.82 the Dons, 6 goals, 8.44. And if that doesn't deflate minds, nothing will.
You should see if the player's still out there.
And J-Rag was the culprit.
Should be off.
Bounce down in the middle. The ball goes Irving's way. Over comes Welsh to try and make it an even ball game. Omadai slips a hand pass out to Worsfold. He breaks through the centre, goes long towards his full forward. Ugle chips in, drops another mark that he should have taken, but he's dragged off the footy, and he'll take a free kick. And it's on behind play. No, it's not. It was. It isn't. It is. It's not. Out wide go Mines. They've got to get some goals on the board and get them in a hurry. Out towards Barrett. Hayden Martindale reaches across the front. Good spoil. Comes down to Tuia. He gets a hand pass back towards Taylor. Taylor runs onto his left. Gets away and gets tackled, but he gets away the proper disposal by foot. Comes back inboard now towards centre forward. In comes Sherwood and Hennessy. Ball comes over to King. King runs around to his left foot. Gets an awful kick down the middle of the ground. Anyone's ball here. Out comes well done by White. They've got no support here as it's 3 against 1. Over comes Richard Panetta. He can't make any ground on Sheffers. He goes out wide to Worsfold. He takes the mark and goes. He looks forward. Where will he deliver it? Straight to centre forward. Over the back to Gardner. Great kick, great lead.
Great mark. Well and true within his kicking distance.
And this could become showtime here at Hands Oval for the Donnybrook Footy Club, who will not only go back to back, but it'll be back to back to back. Is that right?
That's correct.
3 in a row.
21 minutes to go, Ray.
You aim and nose, Rod. I know it's easy to say. Gardner lines up. He's on his left foot. Kicks from 50 metres. It's a great kick off the boot. It's not going to make the distance. Up they go in the square. Comes down to Donnybrook player. Comes to Slater. Slater's got the ball onto his boot. Is it a major? It's touched off the boot. 1 behind only, says the goal umpire.
I don't like it.
And 12-11 is the score for Donnybrook, 83. Mines are 6-8, 44, and haven't added to their three-quarter time score.
You better change Taylor and Faber.
Okay, ball comes in. It's a long kick in. Knocked by White. No support there. In comes Martindale. Scrambles it up to centre forward. And the little red-headed Proctor has taken the mark.
Played a very good game.
He has. There's a lead from Slater. The ball goes short. Wells chips in. At least it's enough to spoil so they don't get the mark. Ball comes to Hennessy. Handballs at Slater's feet. He tracks it out towards the boundary line. Shins it away from him again. Goes to ground. Takes it. In comes Barrett. Ball, somebody's taken higher. And it looks like being a Donnybrook free kick.
It's not reversed.
Won't be reversed neither on the there.
A lot of people sitting inside the ground. Where are the police? Aren't they doing their job? Ball comes to a high and towards the full forward line. Up they go. Swan knocks it down forward. In towards Irving. Irving's on his left foot. Scrambles it forward. Which way is it going to bounce? Shepherded through, but no. It's belted over the line by Retzlaff for one behind. And that's 12-12. The Dons 84 to 6-8 44 the Miners. Ball goes short into McDonald. He comes out onto his left, out towards Welsh. He lopes after it. It's going to go over his head. He's put out of the play by Omadai. He runs back, feigns a hand pass. He's got Panetta. Nobody wants to go to him. He goes short towards Irving. The runner, the trainer decides to provide a blind, but Irving's been through that area before, and he takes the mark. He's going to kick it long. He does. Up the back they come. Where's Gardner? He flies from 39. It's knocked down by Hislop. Comes towards Marley. Can't take the bouncing ball. Now he can. He's pushed in the back as he kicks it. Goes into no man's land. Here's the fleet of foot goers. Gardner. Gibbs and Barrett. He handballs to himself. Play on's a decision. He's got 3 to beat. He's done it well, Gibbs. Over they go now, and he battles up for another one. He's taken high. The ball comes over to Proctor. Proctor onto his left. Goes down the line towards Hennessy and White. And it goes over the line and out of bounds.
That was great pressure over there. Great pressure by Donnybrook.
Well, they got back over and helped him also. Mines didn't do the hard yards and get over and help their player who had the ball at the time. Ball's come into play. Bevington has done a sterling job in the rucks. Knocked forward by Irving, straight down the throat of Omadai. He's taken too long to get rid of it. Play on now, they've got advantage. In comes Giblett for one of his rare possessions as it goes down long. What's Barrett going to be able to do this time? Gibbs wearing him like a glove, but it bounces over the back towards Kendall, the ever-reliable skipper. Handballs to nobody in particular. Saunders butters up again. Great hand pass to Sherwood, who's stationary, doesn't want it. Gives it back to Jason Marley, one way then the other. Where will I go? Into the pocket. That's where the lead is from Moises. He hasn't made much of an impact in this game either. In comes Kirkpatrick, solid as a rock. Ball goes towards the boundary line. Socket off, over the line and out of bounds. An accident it was, but nevertheless, that's the way it sees, and Mines will go deep into the forward line. It's kicked high in towards the goals. Where's Davis? He's third in line. Matty Kendall puts himself on the line as usual and takes a strong mark. He's come out wide. No one was awake up for this. Shepherds is there on his own. Shepherds and Sherwood. Willie shows the ball to Sherwood and then goes along the ground line and knees him right across the top of the head as he goes to ground. He's kicked it out in the full.
I think in all fairness, Ray stumbled, didn't he?
He stumbled onto his head. He goes into the forward pocket where Sherwood will mark. And Bomber's ageing legs and injury and the tough nut that again that he's had today, I doubt that he would even get the distance on this kick. He's looking around. Give it to King. You can go short to King. He doesn't. It's too short.
It's not very often you see an honest forward these days, Ray.
Would you
actually pulling him back into the field of play?
His line's up for his shot on goal. He's made a lie out of him. He's made the distance easy, but it's faded to the left. One behind only when they drastically needed a goal. 6-9-45. They trailed to 12-84. Okay, can Mines lock it in here for a last gasp effort to keep it, get a major on the board. It goes short to Johnson. He takes a mark uncontested. Marley goes and stands a mark. He looks forward and another chip kick of 30 metres goes towards Martindale. Doing it too easy out of defence. Another chip kick over the top and it's undecided who's going for it. Play on's a call. Comes to Kirkpatrick. He shows the ball one way and the other. Comes to Omadai. He's worked himself into the ground. Back to Kirkpatrick. Stats have been built up. Over to Martindale. Which way will I go? I'll handball it to him. He gives it to Omadai. Gibbs decides to provide some run. Comes to the skipper and he goes boom as Irving upsets one of the Mines Rovers players head on. Comes out to Hennessy. Gets around one player too easy. He goes deep into the forward line. It looks... Big Matty Hislop can't bend his back to get down to it. He sockers at a short distance. Comes to Gardner. Gets it over to Slater. He's gone out of the game in the second half, but he butters up. Great hand pass over to the skipper, over to the president. The president runs in for another major. And Donnybrook goes 13-12. 90 to Mines Rovers. 7 goals, 8-50. And that 7 is not... Is that right? Shouldn't that be 6-9?
I don't think they're showing the president enough respect out here, mate. He's been allowed to run around with him by himself.
He's kicked his last 2 goals from a total of 3 metres out, right? Sensational effort from the young president there.
He's done a sterling job to make the side. Will he retire after a threesome? What an effort by the Donnybrook Football Club. 98, 99 and 2000.
You mean retire again, Ray?
Oh, it's easier to do that way. You don't have to do the pre-season. Bounce down in the middle. The Dons are looking the goods. Worsfold can't take it. Bebbington buckles up for another shot. Handball's out. He's tiring. Sherwood gets a hand pass over the top to Davis, who's really hasn't been in this game at all, to show the glimpse of thing. Gives the ball away to Irving. Over to Worsfold. He tracks it over towards the boundary. It's not bouncing up for him. He's tired also, but he's done a sterling job. Gets it down long. Retzlaff and Neil. Retzlaff can't take the mark. He's in front here. He's taken there by... the ball's taken away by... Tuia. Play on as a call now. They've got advantage. How they worked out that odds got me beat. Away goes Davis. One bounce to the square. Hand pass and draws the player over to Barrett. Still not a good hand pass. He runs to 48. Has a shot at goal. This looks pretty good from there. And the Miners have got a belated goal. And now they'll be 7 goals and 9. And whatever that is to 13 goals 12. The scoreboard's got out of kilter somewhere along the line. Well, Shane, it's a belated goal, but they're still 6 behind, and you wouldn't in your wildest dreams really give them a chance, would you?
Really, they've got to kick the whole score that they've kicked in the last 3 between. So caught a bit. And I can't see them kicking 7 goals.
Okay, here we go again. Bounce down in the middle. Away they go. Bebbington looks at Irving. Irving looks at the ball and taps it down to Worsfold. Great hand pass out to Proctor. Geez, hard in the clinches, Worsfold. On his left. Goes up high. Goes towards the pack. Up goes Bub. He takes a dive. Couldn't take it down. It would have been the screamer if he had taken it. Someone was going to go fist for fist, but they changed their mind when the ball came out. Kicked over his shoulder towards Davis. Davis has had no intention of getting to the ball there. Martindale strong. Gets a chip over towards Johnson. Johnson goes back, and he's going to... sip the champagne well tonight after looking like his football career was over a few years ago. He says, I'm going long. It's a congested forward line, and he does. He's kicked it a good 50 metres up towards Neil. Bebbington's tiring. Comes down to Retzlaff, gives it to a bloke who's under the hammer. He's dragged down by Bub. No chance of getting rid of that, and that's a good call by the umpy. The option was wrong there. Bounce down as the ball hits the turf. Good bounce by the umpire. Irving misses it. Bebbington's in there, doesn't know where it is. Picked up by Johnson, drives it forward. Gardner's in front. Well done by Hislop. He's worried him out of it. Picked up by Ugle. A left foot kick out to Sherwood. He's played a sterling game for a while. He hasn't played a sterling game, but he's been in amongst the clinches. Up goes Davis. He's got eyes for the ball. Can't find it. He's lost it. Play on's a call. Where's Matty Kendall? He looks forward. Gives it to Saunders. Saunders drives it forward. A very open forward line. Up towards Moises. Knocked forward by Redding. Discipline from behind. In comes Moises. Knocks it to the advantage of Jason Marley. He's taken over the boundary line. And without the ball, says the umpire, and he'll take the free kick. The man's right over the mark. No one's policing it. Go back, he says. He's not going back. Why haven't you called him back? Short kick in towards Saunders. He's been Mine's best in my eyes. He can't. Mine's creeping. Donnybrook coming over the mark. Where will I go, he says. Kick it long. He's done that. Who's going to fly? 2 Mines, 3 Donnybrook. Ball comes down to Davis. He stayed down. He's looking for Barrett. He's found him. I think the experienced Barrett's going to take this on his chest. And the 2 wise heads prevailed, but there hasn't been enough of this all day.
Yeah,
he goes back quickly, lines them up, 2 steps, goes bang, and I think that he's missed.
That's a goal. Not.
No, he hasn't.
Excellent call, Raymond.
And don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. 7 goals, 10-52, the Miners, 13-12-90. And have you seen so many experienced players? We've said it before. We'll say it again. Ball comes back into play, up towards Sheffers and Barrett. Barrett too strong. Sheffers appeals for a push. No go there, man. Well, what will he do with it? Tall to the... he's looking for an option. He's found Sherwood at centre half forward. Nobody could take it off him. He's tried to lead from the front. He's given it to Davis. That was a good move from Davis. Davis has played on, and he's drilled that from 45 metres to make the scoreboard look a little bit more respectable as Mines move to 8 goals, 10-58. The Dons 13-12-90. A belated goal for Mines, but 11 minutes remaining. Will the Dons panic?
I shouldn't think so, right? Just gives the crowd a bit something to yell about.
It does. Can they lift? Can they get a bit closer, the Miners? At least improve the respectability of the scoreboard, maybe.
The campers up on the hill, Ray. I think it's over and done. They're packing up and heading off home.
They've had their day in the sunshine. A little picnic. What a way to go. Bounce down in the middle. Irving and Bebbington. Irving's going to win this. Backhands it down. No one's there. Barrett takes it. Was going to be King. Good shepherd from McDonald. He gets it down, straight down towards the middle. Picked up by Gibbs. Hand pass to Mahala. Looks like he looked for him. That kick will be 10.2 metres as Barrett takes a mark. He's looking for somebody. Now the forward line's he's gone long. Moisey's behind. Panetta in front. The push from Donnybrook, I thought. Was I right, wrong or otherwise?
No, not pushed.
Okay.
Pushed into him.
Proctor a little kick out to Martindale. You're all wrong, I'm right. Martindale kicks the ball long, short, and finds a Kendall.
That'd be the first time all day, Ray. In fact, it'd be the first time I think I've ever heard you admit it that you were wrong.
Did I say I was wrong?
So I think you better check the tape. But
I can't believe it. The skipper, he's led from the front, been a great player all over the years, and he's been a great player today. Irving gets under the ball. There's a pack developing out there as the ball trickles over the boundary line for yet another throw-in.
10 to go.
10 minutes left in the season 2000. An early finish in the start of 2000. Paul Moisey heads for the bench, and this must be his last game. I mean, his last game was 3 years ago. Ball comes to the ground, they all dive on it and hoping the umpire's going to bounce it down as Ronnie Welsh comes back onto the ground and will head towards a full forward, no doubt. And a tough afternoon in the clinches. Up goes the ball, the umpires are tired as well. It's a pack forming again, they go to ground. Ball it up quickly, he does. Thrown up again by the umpies. Out it comes towards Worsfold. He can't take it. Scrambled out towards Proctor. He's been a tower. He's been decked by Jason Marley, but no free kick. Well and truly got rid of it from me. And the ball's over the line and out of bounds again. Shadows creeping over Hands Oval. They're fighting for it there. White thumps it back to the front of the pack. Over comes Proctor, dives on it and forces the ball over the line. But no, the umpire has picked out a free kick here somewhere. Play on's the call now. They've got advantage. Off goes Rat King. One bounce. He's looking forward. What's he got? Kicks it long. Where's Davis? He's in the front position. Spoilt by Johnson. Well done from behind. Disciplined play. Mahala, he's done well since he come on. A little kick over towards Saunders. There shouldn't be too much about it. He looks backwards. He's tired. Bomber, he's looking forward. Where's he go? He's headed for goals. And Redding has taken the mark right on the goal line to save another one for the Dons, and his kick is terrible. Barrett's going to stroll in. What's he going to do? He's lip.
Kicked it right.
He got it right.
He has got it, is what I was trying to say. A very funny way of getting it. There's no confidence whatsoever, but the score's on the board, and that's what counts. And 9 goals, 10-64 Mines Rovers, 13-12, 90 Dons, and I'd say they've kicked the last 3. I wonder if we can get that bit out of the tape after. That wasn't very good, was it?
That was awful.
Blood rule. Off comes 35, McDonald again.
Looks like the only way to get arrested is pull off in the blood rule.
Reece Swan will limp back on the ground. He's not moving 100%. I think he was happy enough to sit in the dugout the way he looks at the moment. How many fingers you got there, Rod?
8, mate.
8 to go.
They can't. Yes. Super, so they're going to have to wait.
Bounce down time again. The ball goes to ground. Good bounce. Up they go again. Lobons gets the decisive one. Comes to Panetta. One stand. And he booms it down the forward line. Davis decides to pull out of it. And Redding has come over the top of his teammate and taken a chest mark. I think Davis did the right thing that time, expecting the ball to come to ground. He goes short to Martindale. He hasn't played a bad game either. He decides to go around. Hand passes over to Redding. He's going for a run. I'm having a bounce, he said. Who's up front? Kicks it long. Over towards Worsfold. Bomber's not going to make any impression on him, but he's not happy with the man. And Worsfold has got the mark.
Just rearrange his haircut there, Ray.
Off goes Irving. On goes Cheswell. And will he get a free kick here? No, he won't. The free kick. He's going to get a kick. Omadai, he's running to the ground. He's going to give it to Cheswell, or is he? In comes Hennessy. Put in front of me, he says. Where am I? Everyone's offered a leave. His stalling tactics at the present time. He's going to go to Bub. He's in front. It's gone over his head. He tries to make a valiant effort of getting back on it, but the ball's knocked over the line and out of bounds. In comes the ball. Bevington's in front, goes to the front of the pack. No one's there. Swan makes a fist of getting hold and get in front of it. He can't do so, and the ball's tranced over the line once again as McDonald looks to come back on. He's played a pretty good game. Been benched through the blood rule 3 times. Up they go again. Ball goes into the sun. No one can get it. Mahala scrambles it out, comes back to him. Blind hand pass. Will it come off? No, it won't. Omadai's got it. Hand pass over the back towards Proctor. He's on his right foot. He's put the ground after he delivers it. No free kick. Marley decides he's gone in again. He dives on the ball. It comes out of the foot between his legs. Over towards the boundary line. Who's got it? No one. It's thrown out this way. It's thrown to that way. That's a throw. And that's unlucky.
Jesus Christ.
The only one who wanted to get it out, and who is unfortunately pinged. That's the vagaries of the game. Bevington's coming off for another well-earned rest. Comes to Worsfold, well in front of Sherwood, and takes the mark. He'll get a short kick in towards Bub, takes it on his chest. He'll look around for somebody, even though the goal square's vacant. Can he bomb it? Will he bomb it? Where's he going? Hennessy's heading towards the back. That's the way it goes. This could be a Donnybrook mark. Up before acceptances was Hislop, and Gardner stayed down, and yes, I'd pay that one too.
6 minutes.
And that is terrible, undisciplined play. Threw the ball at his back. 50, I mean, he's going to kick it anyway, I suppose. It's still undisciplined act within yourself. You should be able to maintain your composure in that situation. Wide, I think.
Yeah, it was.
And Gardner sinks his boot into it, and I think that's about 5 from the square that Donnybrook have got. 14-12-96 the Dons, 9-10-64 the Miners. Well, celebrations will be wild and well deserved in the Donnybrook camp tonight. It's no mean cups of tea with a bit of apple pie. Very good, Ron. I'm glad to see you've got some wit about you.
Might be the odd reef cider there from Trigwell's Goldfields Orchard. There's a quick plug for one of the sponsors.
3 premierships in succession, 3 separate coaches. What a magnificent effort from the Donnybrook Footy Club. Let's jump on the bandwagon. Away we go again. Only minutes remaining in the game. Ball's up for grabs in the middle. In goes Barrett. He gets a hand pass to McDonald. He gets it out to Marley. Marley boot the ball with the old Tory. It's going down towards Johnson. Welsh runs into the back of him. Over to Panetta. Handball up in the air. Barrett struggles, gets his boot to ball. Under enormous pressure and dribbles it over the line for 1 behind only. 9-11 Mines, 14-12 the Dons. Well, the Dons have had a host of good players around the ground. Very, very even team performance.
What is it? 5. Nearly 5. Nearly 5.
The Dons, Zach Redding about to bring the ball back into play. Gets a good distance, goes out towards his skipper in Kendall. He's in front, can't take the mark. Mahala tackles. Ball comes to the ground as it comes out towards the boundary line once again.
Clint Favour would be saying thank you to Terry House.
Left the camp midstream from what I hear. Over towards King. King keeps the ball in front of him. Then knocks it down the line. Comes to Martindale. He's played beyond his experience, and Marley has been pinged for decking him after he got rid of it, and a relayed free kick will go to the Dons. The umpire retrieves the footy. Hennessy, number 3. Gone around. Play on cause the call. Kicks it high. Up into a contest. Up comes Bub. The mark is taken by the man standing in front, the smallest man of the pack, and Peter Worsfold takes a very, very good mark. He goes short to Omadai. I tell you what, he's played a good game, Omadai. He's going to go back and they're going to start playing keepings off. How long will we do this for? Play on the calls of the umpire. The ball touched turf. Up they go, goes Perry Ugle. Didn't take the mark. He did take the mark, according to the umpire. He's played a good game for Mines, this young fella. He's going to go long. Man jumps over the mark, goes towards Saunders. He's played a good game for Mines also. In comes Sherwood. Over the top of Johnson he goes. He's hurt him. Ball comes out to Jason Marley. Jason Marley looks for Paul Barrett and Gibbs. It's a one-on-one duel. Good spoil by Gibbs. Ball comes to the ground. Back up from Panetta. He can't get the ball out. He's just dropped that on the turf. Play on calls the umpire. In comes Swan. Gets a hand pass over the top of the pack. Left footer from Barrett. Goes just about straight up and down the ground. In the air. Handball over from Panetta to Saunders. Saunders sights the goals. He's missed. 9-12 the Miners. 14-12 the Dons. And Benny Johnson, what a terrible end to his game after coming back from those knee reconstructions. It's a terrible way on a stretcher to leave the ground with only a few minutes remaining in the grand final. Two minutes remaining. What a sad way to finish the grand final for the player. We've got a hold up in play. The ball's in the fullback's hands, and they'll wait until the player has left the ground. Well, Shane, while we've got this lull in play, but how do you see your overview of the game, given Donnybrook all season have been very, very strong? A couple of hiccups during the season, but that's all.
Yeah, that's all. This has turned out to what I think most people predicted. I thought Mines would be a little bit stronger and harder today. But looking at a few of the Mines players out there, I don't know how fit some of them are, to tell you the honest truth. As the game's progressed, seem to be a bit short of it. But no, they look. Donnybrook have got a very, very good blend of players out there. And that's why I thought I picked these two sides to play in the grand final halfway through the season. They match up very well together. But Donnybrook, obviously, very, very hungry still. They've still got that taste for a grand final.
Yeah, well, they've both finished 1-2 on the ladder, and as I said, Donnybrook were minor premiers. Got beaten by Mines in the second semi, and
very happy with that.
And they've come back with a purpose. They had to defeat South Bunbury last week, who had been their nemesis during the season. They beat them twice in the qualifying games, and South obviously gave themselves a big chance, but Donnybrook were too strong on the day. And I think also the bright light on the horizon, even though after winning 3 premierships in a row, is the fact that their Colts played in the grand final today. I mean, I think that's a magnificent feat, given it's only 4 or 5 years ago that they never fielded a Colts side for a number of years. So that's a real feather in the cap of the club.
Yeah, some of those Colts players that played today were very exciting. And a number of them, I think, played league this year also. So they've had a bit of a taste. They've had a bit of a blooding. So it all speaks well for the club in general.
Yeah, great to see a club come from there with always going to lack big numbers because of the size of the community, but what a community it is. They've been through hell and high water in recent times in Donnybrook, one way or the other, and I'd suggest that Ben's got a collarbone problem, but he's played in a premiership side, and not anybody in this wide world would have given him an opportunity of doing that 2 years ago. So congratulations to Benny Johnson. A sad way for him to come off the grand final, but he's played a good game when he came off. He wasn't just making up numbers. It's fantastic for him on a personal note, even though it's sad on the other hand that he's left on a stretcher. The ball comes into play. Now you can bring it in after all that. He's told to hurry up. Let's go. Action plenty here as the ball comes in. Panetta's in front, drops what he should not have missed that, and in they go to bottle the ball up on the half-forward line with about a minute and a half remaining in season 2000, and the Dons, will they be a happy camp? And there's a number of these players have played in 3 grand finals, or 4, but won the last 3. That's fantastic. Away they go. The ball comes down. Cheswell leaves it behind. The ball comes out towards Mines. Marley can't pick it up. In they go again. Stacks on the mill. Bounce down time once again. Eats away the time. Some sick and sorry players there. The Dons won't feel the bruises tomorrow. Mine certainly will. Throwing it up for the last, hopefully last one, as they can clear the ball out somewhere. It's on. This is not the way to finish a grand final, boys. Let's keep some cool heads.
That's that time out now. Them boys haven't
No,
called
they
it.
haven't blown it, no.
I thought he did.
No, he didn't.
He blew the free kick.
He blew the free kick.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Cheswell will take the resultant free kick. 1 minute of play remaining. He's going to kick it long. It comes towards Worsfold. It comes towards Martindale. Martindale will fly. No, Worsfold. He's a tower of strength, this man. What a recruit. The Great Western Petroleum Player of the Year, the Hayward's medalist. Will he add the triple or the... Oh, what a great mark from Retzlaff, but will he add the Pike medal to his list of achievements in the Southwest in this year 2000? He goes short to Mahala, does a good effort. In comes Tuia from behind, smothers the ball. It goes under the pack. In they go, Stacks on the mill, bounce down time once again. And the umpire's blowing time off with less than a minute to go.
Mahal's been a very footballer since he came on early in the first quarter, Ray.
Well, it is, and you wonder why he spent as much time as he did on the bench, and he's given his all. And I wouldn't laugh too loud as it's about to go on. You can do that later, because bounce down as it goes. That is very, very undisciplined player by a very, very experienced player.
Oh my God.
And I would say you're off. Now this is absolute childish play. Real silly stuff. This is going to get out of hand, and nobody will ever tell me that this is the umpire's fault. It is pathetic play by both camps. They don't need to do this. Give the footy to somebody and kick it.
Yes. Number 30 from Donnybrook will go.
Yes.
Well, it probably won't sour his celebrations, but it's a poor way to feel that you aren't going to be on the ground when the siren sounds.
That might take a while to find the ball, Ray. I think it's just disappeared.
No, it should be back here.
Well, it's got to be 50 metres.
50 metres, and I think Mines have organised where the kick should be taken from. It's a long 50.
They posted out very well, mate.
I think they have, mate, yes.
Just helping the umpires out.
Well, there's no justice, is there? It was poor play by Davis, and Mines have ended up with the ball, but Donnybrook should have let things be.
Yeah, but I mean, that was retaliation.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
How often you hear that?
Not 4 seconds to play. Mines will have last shot on goal. Jason Marley. The siren's going to go as he does so. And he has...
They can't hear it. They can't hear it. Keep it going.
It's a major, and I don't think we'll see that footy back over the fence again, Kevin.
No, here it comes, Ray. You've lost your bet again.
I've lost it again. OK, Donnybrook are premiers for 2014, 12, 96. Mines Rovers move to
That's the jack.
10 goals, 12, 72. And that's a triple premiership to Donnybrook, which is a great feat in its own. And as we said, 3 individual coaches, and you'll never find that anywhere in Australia. A feat of that magnitude with 3 separate coaches. That's a record in itself. At least they're shaking hands after the game. I think that's very, very good to see. And they've all congested together, which after the way it looked like finishing for a minute there, that's very, very sportsmanlike and good to see. Kevin, before you leave, umpires, how did you think they went on the day?
Very sound effort. I thought they missed a couple, but probably not as many mistakes as some of the footballers made out there, Ray. And only person who would have made fewer mistakes today would have been yourself. A sensational call, mate. Well done.
Kevin, thanks for your time. And Shane, one quick word before we go with Darryl. We'll get some best players in his opinion.
I think if Mines look back on this game, Ray, I think they'll rue their second quarter. When you look at the scores, 4 goals, and really that's 4 goals they wasted opportunities in the second quarter. But I'd like to take the opportunity to pass my regards on to John and his family too, John Cross, on the sad loss the other day. But well done to Donnybrook.
Yeah, and Darryl, your better players throughout the game?
Well, I think there's not much doubt about who was best on ground with Peter Worsfold. I think we'll probably add the Pike Medal to his Hayward and the Golden West Petroleum Award as well. Outstanding game, and when the game had to be won in the end, he took some big strong marks as well. Another good player for Donnybrook, Adrian Proctor, I thought played an outstanding game as well. Took the ball out of defence on a number of occasions and played very cool football. Craig Chiswell did a power of work for the first 3 quarters, then they let Dean Irving have the run, but Craig Chiswell was another outstanding player. Glenn Kirkpatrick, who I don't think's had a great season, but came up in the preliminary final last week, certainly did very well again today. Matt Kendall, the Rock of Gibraltar at centre half back, did a lot of good things. And then there were a number of other good players throughout the ground as well. Max Hennessy did a lot of good work. Darian Sheffer started well but faded out. Mick Omaday chipped in with a lot of good play as well. Brett Slater early in the game, didn't figure lately. Zach Redding took a couple of handy marks in defence and kept Welsh pretty quiet when he was on the ground. I thought for Mines, Kane Saunders played a very good game. Took a spectacular mark in the 3rd quarter when it looked like Mines were starting to get a bit of a run on. Paul Barrett, very well held by Brendan Gibbs. I think Brendan kept him down to a less than an outstanding game, but Paul Barrett played pretty well, but Brendan had a hard job. But Paul Bevington did very well in the first half, faded out as the game went. Reece Swan did a number of good things. Matt Hislop had a tough job in defence, but spoiled the ball very well. Didn't get a great number of possessions, but kept the ball out of attack on a lot of occasions. Troy Davis, nowhere near the form he was in 97, but still got a fair bit of the ball, while Brad Barrett, Jason Marley and Seth White all had their moments as well.
Yeah, Donnybrook had a good all-round performance, wasn't it? They really hardly had a passenger, whereas it was different on the other side of the page.
Well, I think the main thing for Donnybrook was that for most of the season they've had 4 or 5 good players out every week, and then some of the lesser players I think have maybe been carried a little bit along by the efforts of Peter Worsfold and early in the season Heath East and a couple of others. But today I think all of their supporting cast came up to join in with Worsfold and Chiswell and lifted their game, and a very fine all-round performance.
Thanks very much for your comments throughout the day, Darryl, and while the crowd scarper off the ground to see the off-field frivolities, we'll wait on the presentation of the Premiership Cup to the Donnybrook Football Club, and I can't say enough in congratulating the Donnybrook Football Club all round and extolling the virtues of what the club has done over the last few years, and by gee, they've done it well. And we also want to see the recipient of the Pike Medal as just who it will be. And we'll just hold off there for a couple of minutes while we attempt to get them up to the dais.
Because the big thing is now that 3 in a row has been done only once before. Maybe now there'll be a bit of celebration, then a bit of soul searching as to whether they go for 4.
Well, they'll obviously be on a high. They'll have a little bit longer break than normal because of the early finish this year and how long it'll take to whet the appetite of a number of the older players. You look around the competition, South Bunbury, a lot of young kids in their side. They'll be a force, I would expect, next year under the leadership of Terry House, and a couple of other clubs coming up along the line. Harvey Brunswick got some made the finals this year, and a very, very young side. But there's a challenge now in front of Donnybrook, isn't there? It's something that if they want to hang their hat on something now and say, well, what else have we got to achieve? It's never been done before. So perhaps that'll be enough of the challenge to keep them on board.
Well, it could well be. The recipe might be change the coach again. That's 3 years in a row, 3 different coaches. And that is a bit of a challenge, I suppose. But certainly the 3 premierships, I think, are the culmination of a lot of hard work back to the early 90s when the club was in real strife. And they've done particularly well since then. They've played in, 5 grand finals since 94.
Yeah, they really deserve their accolades, and it's taking some time to get the camp up and around for the presentation as my dejected Mines Rovers lead the playing arena. Which, sad in one respect, you'd think that they might stay out there, but they've obviously taken the issue as it's taking too long, and they're leaving. But the president of the Southwest League runs a bold ship, and he's been over there with his bowler hat to get them back in on course and get these presentations over and done with.
The other thing for Donnybrook this year is also a big year, is they also took out the Swan Shield as champion club, first time in the club's history. So if they could have taken out the Colts premiership, would have been about the only other way they could have topped it off with a better result.
Yeah, well, that's a great feat by the club, because they've never done it before, and I dare say that a number of years ago you could have got any sort of odds as to that they'd ever do it. And I'd just like to thank Shane Cross, who's about to leave, for his comments throughout the afternoon. And so we'll just wait patiently for the presentations as they're going to go through. They're going to go through the individual medallions first. No doubt, Peter Worsfold, the recruit of the season. Max Hennessy, number 3, coming back into the fold halfway through the season, and has picked up another premiership medallion. What a pickup! He was no passenger. He did it well. Another Lower South West player, Mick Omadai. Great effort today in the centre. Got the ball out in the clinches. Dean Taylor surprisingly taken off halfway through the second quarter when he had a mountain of possessions in the first quarter and a bit, but he came back out there and did a sterling job when he was out there in the second half as well. Brett Slater, another recruit from the Lower South West, great first half, but died out of it in the second half. Zach Redding at full back, missed last year's with the trip overseas, and back to claim his second medallion. Great effort at full back. Benny Johnson, geez, I've got a lot of time for this player. Great to see him up on his feet, with even though he's got his shoulder in a sling, but great effort from Benny Johnson, and congratulations, Ben.
Did you play?
It's good work for Benny Johnson. He missed out in 97 when they were defeated, and then missed the 2 next 2 with an injury.
Well, Clint Faber, what a success story. Will he be a happy chappy this one? Tractor, left born up Capel Darden up a couple of years ago and has now played in 2 premierships. Has he been in 3 of them? Has he? I thought he had played in 2. Well, I stand corrected. He's got a triple also. Brendan Gibbs, I think he missed last year's with injury, didn't he?
Yes.
Great effort in the back line. Sean Gardner come back to the club after a year or 2 away. Didn't kick a swag of goals, but he contributed. It was always a focal point. Adrian Proctor, well, I reckon that's about the best game of footy I've seen him play. Very, very good effort. Well, I thought he might have been a weak link in the chain, but gee, he played a very good game, especially in the second half. Did his job to perfection. Jason Thomas didn't get a lot of ground time, but he's got a medallion and he chipped in when needed, and that's all that counts. Big Chezza played his heart out for the club. Another recruit from BCD, unfortunately, but Chezza has represented the Southwest on any occasion that he can. He's a great club man, and congratulations to him. Mel Bubb wasn't the focal point that he was last year, but by gee, he was dangerous. He's got his second medallion. And he's happy. Glenn Kirkpatrick, number 30. What a great game he played, floating across the half-back. Soured his game with a report in the dying seconds that he's got 3 medallions also. Big Dean Irving, well, he's been around, hasn't he? What's some experience? Eagles, Melbourne, Subiaco, South Fremantle, and finished off at Donnybrook, and he's got a premiership medallion.
Sore knee.
Oh, and a crook knee.
First premiership ever.
Isn't it? Well, he had to go a long way to get it if that's his first premiership medallion, but the South West Football League, that's the place to be. And is this man a popular man at Donnybrook? The skipper who led from the front, Matty Kendall, he's been a shining light, was thinking about giving the game away a couple of years ago when I spoke to him in the off-season. He's come back and a deserved leader, and the president, number 47, comes out of retirement, so he missed the pre-season. I'm sorry, Nigel, you just cheated the system to get there. You've got 3, good on you. Heath East wearing his jumper number 6. I don't think he'll have a lot to say. Sad that he wasn't been able out there to lead from the front, but by gee, they played their heart out for him, and he's got this just result. The presentation of the Pike Medal from Les Pike. What a character this man is in South West football. He'll tell us how many medals he's given out. It's about 50-something. I've got a funny feeling I've got just about all people will pick the same player. And having some champion players that have played in the South West that won this medallion in the past. '47th, did he say?
Yes, 47.
I thought he was into the 50s last time he told me.
Now he's going to name it. See the side is 47 side of the name.
Don't keep us waiting, Les. Present it.
Surprise. Yeah.
Well, nobody would be surprised with that selection. Peter Worsfold has taken off. He's now 4 medallions for the season. What a just reward, and I know the president said he's not the recruit, the best recruit that Donnybrook's ever had yet. There's others that he's got a reputation to live up to over a number of years to get that, according to the club. But by gee, what a wealth of experience he brought to South West football, and a deserved winner of all his accolades for the season. Well, that's the acceptance speech from Peter Worsfold. Great effort from the player, great effort from Donnybrook Football Club. And in closing, enjoy yourselves tonight, boys. It's all well and good, and that's all there is from Hands Oval in the year 2000.